on track, you feel me? I'm about to get paid for it. Sermon of the day. You right where you supposed to be, baby. Informants informant, that information forming. Important you get a portion of fortune pouring. Confession, fortune me blessings on now they snoring. You mellow, so focus on scoring. Got your underperforming. I never expect something, never assume nothing. Judging me for my past, but that's why I'm triumphant. I don't demand, I know where I stand like engineer hands. Watch how my life pans. Cut that game plan. Show out like a jotter, pop out like a cutter. Telling the kick rock, skipping the country squares like hopscotch. This gonna be my mood to my beat drop. Putting my boogie shoes and my diddy boots. Ain't no stop. I'ma make the rest of my life live. Yeah, I'ma make the rest of my life live. Gonna make the rest of my life the best of my life. Yeah, I'ma make the rest of my life live. I'ma make the rest of my life live. Gonna make the rest of my life the best of my life. Congratulations.
Happy Thursday, everybody. How y'all doing out there tonight? It is my favorite day of the week. Y'all know what time it is. Happy Thursday. We are making it through another week. Can you believe we are midway into April? I know I cannot. I don't know about you, but I'm surprised and amazed at how time is going by. So we have a great show for tonight. But as always, I want to start by saying, again, welcome to Thursday night with me, your girl, Lady Dawn B, on the Bravo with Sheila Network, the most incredible network out here on these YouTube streets. And as always, I salute our Queen B here at the Bravo with Sheila Network, none other than Pastor Sheila Ingram. So y'all gonna bear with me a little bit on tonight because they're having a little bit of a rainstorm or something happening out there. So you know how it goes with technology. Technology is doing what technology is doing, and we're gonna do what we're gonna do. We're not bothered. We press through anyhow. So anyway, salute to our queen, who so graciously yields me this captain's chair every Thursday night to come spend these 60 to 90 so minutes with you. You know how we do on Thursday nights, y'all. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming through this space and for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate it. So I'm gonna ask you to do like we always do on Thursday nights. You know, we do things in triplets: to like, subscribe, and share. Invite somebody into this great conversation because it is about to go down. I am excited. It just gets better and better here on Thursday nights. I'm trying to tell you, I'm excited. I'm happy and I'm grateful. And I know you will be too. We have our Love Marriage Ministry segment on tonight. Yes, we're going to have some good conversation about relationshipment. That's right. I made that up. Relationshipment. That's what we're going to do. And we got some good folks in the house willing to share on tonight. And I'm going to bring them up in a moment. I always want to put this disclaimer out there. We are not experts here. We are sharing our experience and our knowledge from our well of life so that we can help someone else in their space of life. Okay, we don't always have to make the same mistakes. If I can help pause you where you're at and you can glean from what I already went through to avoid you from going down that closed road, I surely will. So we are here to share on tonight. And we just appreciate you tuning in. Again, Bravo with Sheila. While we are, all of us, most of us who are on the platform, while we are Christian, Bravo with Sheila is not a Christian-based network. But if you do want the word, we got something for you. Go right across the YouTube streets. I promise you, go out this door, you look right across the street. It's the Sheila Ingram Ministries channel. You cannot miss it. Right over there, we got Good Word with Pastor Sheila, with my mom, Pastor Rosa, a.k.a. Mama Rosa, and my good old gangster auntie, Pastor Jeannie. They are over there serving it up. I'm going to get over there on that side soon. I'm going to let y'all know when, but I'm going across the street too. We're going to drop some good word, and I'm bring some of my preacher friends over there with me. But on the Bravo with Sheila Network over here, whatever your moral compass is, we respect it. For us, it's God. For me, it's God. Y'all know I'm a God girl, so you're going to get some Jesus no matter what. At some point in the game, you're going to get something that reflects back to God, because without him, I would not be. But we respect everyone's feelings, everyone's opinions, everyone's thoughts, and the place where everyone is in their lives. There is no judgment. We are not here to convict nor to convince. We are here to have healthy dialogue, honest conversation, so that we can better our relationships with one another. But most importantly, We want to better the relationship with ourselves. So I want to shout out a few people. I see we got some good folk already in the house. Pastor Chris, aka the Psalmist Voice, is in the building on tonight. You all know him. I call him the Experience and the Encounter. He is a part of the Men's Lounge, one of the lead moderator over there for me. He says, "What's good, Bravo with Sheila Nation? I'm ready for this great conversation with Dawn B. Let's go." All right, it's gonna get good up in the house, and we also have the number one moderator, the best to ever do it, my beautiful sister girl, Lady Ine Kenya, is in the house. Hey, sis, how are you? How are you? And oh my, here we go. We got the wisdom in the house. Y'all know Mama Rosa, my mother. I am her 404. She comes and she brings it, she drops some jewels and then she bounces because she's gonna tell you that she's studying for school, but every now and then she got to drop a word in the house. So hi, Mommy, thank you for joining us on tonight. And to everyone, those who are up in the expensive seats in the silent section, we want to say good evening to you. Thank you for joining. Feel free to come on down to the comment section, say hello, let us greet you properly. Okay, it's safe down here, I promise. Security is in the building. As always, we keep it safe and everybody's feelings and opinions matter. So on tonight, again, it's our Love Marriage Ministry segment. I hope you have been enjoying this segment every time we bring it to you. And I'm gonna call them our resident experts, because this couple here, they not friends, they are family. Hold on. Wait, before we go further, I got a few more greeters to do, and then I'll bring our guest up. We got Bravo with Sheila in the house. She says, "Blessings, everyone." Hey, Auntie Bravo, salute to you. Much love. Thank you for being there. I'm being a big girl today. I'm rolling. That's the inside joke, y'all. I'm rolling. And we got my cousin child. I call her my cousin child. She calls me her cousin Ma, and she's my cousin daughter. And I'm glad that she joined on tonight. She said, "Hello, I'm here now. Let the show begin." Come on, Bunny. Glad to see you, baby girl. We got some good nuggets on tonight. So I hope you got paper and pencil ready to write down some good stuff and also share. Do not be afraid to put your comments in the comment section. All we ask is that you are respectful and integral. Okay. All right. We want to have good conversation. So again, on tonight in our Love Marriage Ministry segment, I'm going to call them, like I said, our resident expert. They are consistent and they are good at what they do. They are sharing transparently. They started out as friends and quickly became family. And I don't even want to count the years for how long we've been knowing each other. It don't even matter, because I love them like I knew them from day one. We are blood by Jesus, and I am glad to see them in the building. So I'm going to bring them up. They are no strangers to the Bravo Show Network. They are part of the Love Marriage Ministry. I'm tongue-tied tonight. See, I'm so excited I can't talk. The Love Marriage Ministry team on tonight. Y'all know them as Pastor Lindsay and Lady Rhonda Jones. Come on, holler at the people, y'all.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
How y'all doing out there today?
Hey, sis. How are you?
Hey, family. Y'all looking wonderful. I love the hugged up. I love the cuddles. I love it. That's right. See, they on assignment. They do, they doing what they do. Take note, people. Posture matters. Take note. You see that? That's loving them arms. That's loving them. I'm gonna hold up. I got space on
Don't start tonight, Lady Dawn. Don't start tonight.
I can't. You know what? I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna behave. I just don't know how. So don't hold me to it. I'm just gonna do my best to do my best. All right. So let us see. We got some more people, and I'm getting ready to bring up the heavy hitter on tonight. My special guest. Hey, Von Eric. Where's your faith? He says, "Blessings." Oh, he is in the house. Von Eric, we're going to get you up on this good platform to share some good gems and jewels, sir. We also have, I don't want to skip anybody. Carried out Kelly says, "Blessings." We got Geneva Hickson. We got some commanders in the house. Commanders are in the house. Okay, y'all gonna understand in a minute. Commanders, what we do, we command, we represent. No man goes alone with the commander nations in the house. So, hey, Geneva, how are you? Let's see who else we got over here. We got Michelle Roach, my sister from another mister, but from the same God. Hey, sis, thank you for joining in on tonight. And so, on tonight for this conversation, yeah, I'm trying to set it up right. I'm trying to, put my professionalism on it today. So, on tonight for this conversation, the topic of our conversation tonight is what happened to happily ever after. We make a decree and a declaration when we get married and we commit to all the good stuff that goes, what we think is marriage, and then life starts happening, and then the real deal of marriage starts to show up, and then we don't like it so much, so we start quitting. But what happened when we promised that we would do this and be happily ever after, and we don't hang in there long enough to get to the happily ever after? Oh, okay. I'm not going to get ahead of myself because I got the right man in the right place on tonight. I'm going to bring our special guest, my dear friend. I don't want to tell you how long we've known each other, because we making mid-50s look good. That's all I'm going to say. We making mid-50s. The mid-50s is not the new 30s. It's the 50s. It's the new 30s.
Right.
Yes.
That's what it is. Okay, because we don't work to get here. So we ain't going back.
Yes, we
Okay?
did.
We don't hold it down, make people feel like you want to get here, okay? But he is in the person of I'm gonna bring him up and then I'm gonna talk about him. So I'm just gonna bring my brother up to the stage. Then I'm gonna talk about, hey there, Chief Commander Bishop Claiborne,
Hey, Bishop.
the house. How are
Bless
you, sir?
y'all. I am excited. I am absolutely excited being here. For you, I just could not pass this up. I absolutely could not pass it up. And then you brought some amazing couples that I've seen them on different times as well. So I think it's going to be real good. I'm looking forward to being fire. I laid down to get me some rest because, when you start talking about this kind of subject, you're going to need all the energy that you can get.
You got the rest. I'm just getting off work, so I'm okay though.
Sorry, your second wind is coming, bro. Your second
My
wind
second
is
will
coming.
be on in a minute.
But blow and blow like you used to blow. That's what's gonna happen. Okay.
Absolutely.
But I want to thank you, Bishop Claiborne, for coming on. He is gonna be he's my special guest, our resident expert on tonight. He is an amazing author. Again, we go way back, known each other for a long time, met in the midst of a praise, as I like to say, in the church space, and it's amazing to reconnect with him down through the years. He is so many things. He is a father. He is an entrepreneur. He is an author. He is a bishop. He is a prophet. Let's see. He is the chief commander of the Commander Nation, our prayer room called Life. Okay. So if you don't know what that is, living in fullness every day is what Life stands for. He has a clothing line. He's doing it all, okay? Every pot on his stove is boiling over, okay? And we praying that God give him another stove to increase so he can boil some more stuff. He is putting all his good works to work. So I thank him because I know he is super busy, but he is also a relationship coach and counselor, and again, a writer, just kind of a one-stop shop and all-purpose kind of, and just a good guy. He's just real good, down to earth. And he is the author of this amazing book that we're going to get into the conversation on tonight. And again, we have our resident couple team, Lindsay and Rhonda Jones in the building. But he has this book called The Huddle. This is his latest book. Yeah, that's right. I got it right here. I wasn't playing. I meant this thing with my whole heart. Okay, this book is a guide to help you build a winning marriage game plan. Now, all of us on this platform on tonight, I put my glasses on because they're going to talk about me if I don't.
Yes.
Because then I can't see. I saw you, sis. I saw you. Okay, he has this amazing book that is a guide to building a winning marriage game plan. Now, I wish I had this book before. I've told y'all, years ago. But it's okay. God took me up the route. Well, he didn't take me. I went up the rough side of the mountain on my own. I'm just glad that he was able to come get me, help me down, But this is an amazing, amazing read. And we're going to have him share at the end of how you can get it. And this is one of several books that he's written. He has another book called Her Lap, His Safe Place. Amazing read, men and women, helping us to understand. To me, okay, I'm going to paraphrase it. For me, it is understanding the positioning of the relationship of how we should be for one another. Women, how we should position ourselves to be that safe, our lap, what we hold things with in our lap should be a safe space for him. And men being able to look for a woman that they can find that comfort in that safe space in her lap, not in her other things, but in her lap, to lay your weights and your pains down, knowing that when you get up, you're going to be healed and strong. So I'm just saying, if that's making sense to y'all, that'll do good, Bishop. That'll do good.
Absolutely. That was perfect.
All right. I have the pleasure of having both of these books and reading, and he's going to share some more with us on tonight. So let's see who else we got in the comments before we get into this good conversation, because I want to make sure we greet everybody. Pastor Chris is saying, "Let's go." Pastor Lindsay, Lady Rhonda, bring the walls down. Okay, we get a little lovingly toxic here, so you know.
I love it.
Right. Listen, I already know. I already know.
You know, I love it. I do a room 3 days a week, so you know I love it.
It's the right space. I said we got the right ones in the building tonight. We got Dr. Oliver, Dr. Jennifer in the house. Hey, sis, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in, Commander. He said, "I'm still asking, do I be okay? I'm not gonna. Okay, don't do it, Pastor Chris. Don't do it. Don't. All right. Okay, he's playing nice in the comment section tonight. Okay, y'all. We gonna leave him or easy. And we have Prophetess Gore, Lens of Faith Speaks, another amazing woman of God and sister of ours. And Commander, hey sis, thank you for joining on tonight. I want to make sure again we don't miss anybody. Hey, Zenja is in the building, my sis. Yes, ma'am. Who is it? Pastor Chris said the power in the second wind. That's a whole word. Y'all can preach that.
Yeah, that'll preach.
You're welcome. We gonna tag team is what we're gonna do. We're gonna tag around table it. Okay. And we have my favorite Canadian, Jamaican, my brethren, Gregory Bloomfield, who's no stranger to this platform either, in the building. Good evening. Wagwan Clayborn. That's right. We got our Caribbean family in the house tonight. And we agree. I love our Bravo Nation family. I love it. We ain't even get started yet. We having a good time already. And Alicia is here, fellow commander, my sister. So good evening, all ladies on my sister. Yes, ma'am. She's greeting everyone. So again, please like, subscribe, and share. And let's get into this good conversation. So again, tonight's topic is what happened to happily ever after. And all of us have been married and divorced. Every one of us up there have been through that process. So I want to first ask you, I want to start out by asking, and then we're going to get into Bishop's book, because I got some notes here that's going to help us guide along the way. I ain't going to give the book away because I want you to go buy it. But there's a particular page in this book where he kind of breaks down some stuff. I want to touch on that page. It's in the first chapter. I want to touch on that one because it's going to give you, just going to whet your appetite enough to say, Bishop, where's the link so I can go get this book? Okay. You don't have to be married. You could be divorced. You could be single. The beautiful thing I think that's going to come out of this conversation is for those who are single, getting this information through other people's experiences so you don't have to make the mistakes that we may have along the way, so that you have a working knowledge, so that you can pause before you say, I do. It's okay, be engaged. All right, sometimes you got to prolong the engagement. You know, for me, I don't like long engagements. Personally, it's probably part of my anxiety kicks up, you know. I feel like I'm on layaway. You know, if you ask me to marry you today and you say we get married in 3 years, that's a lot of time, bro. You know, just that's a lot. I got to have a cap on that. You can't move like that. You know, it didn't even take God that long to do what he was doing. So what we doing? You know, I'm just saying. So I want to start out by asking, when you hear that question, what happened to happily ever after? My girl Zinja says 72 hours. That's right. Make up your mind, brethren. You You got 72 hours. Oh, amen and amen. I might give you 5 days. I don't know. We'll see. It just depends. I'm just playing. But when you hear that question, when you hear the question, what happens to happily ever after? What does that say to you? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? I want to start with our Bishop Micheal Claiborne. You come and share.
Well, what happened to happily ever after is they never had a once upon a time.
Oh, okay.
It's the once upon a time that gets you to the happy ever after. Once upon a time, we really cared about each other. Once upon a time, we loved each other. Now it's if your money ain't right, we ain't even going down that road. Now, if you ain't got the height that I want, we're not even going down that road. So now we have lost the once upon a time where people was in this thing organically. People was in this thing to make it work. No, people got into relationship because this girl rocks my world. Just being with her, he does something to me. Just when I see him, I see people now, see couples now, and they don't even look at each other. You know that couple that when they look at each other, you can be like, my God, it's in their eyes, it's in their energy, it's in their soul. They love each other. Get to the point. Here's what I say when I talk to business people. What is it that you would do if you didn't get paid for it? What is it that you would do if you did not get a paycheck? Because you would do it because you love it, right? Okay, so here in relationship, how much do you love this person that you're willing, if I had to sleep in an apartment with you, I'm good. As long as I'm with you, as long as I'm with you, there's so many R&B songs. As long as I'm with you, I go through. I think my boy Luther said, "I'll go through hell. I'd rather have bad times with you than good times with somebody else."
Come on, sir.
I'd rather be beside you in the storm than safe at home with someone else. I'd rather have hard times together than have it easy apart. That song speaks to a level of love that we don't have anymore. That I'm rocking with you. I always say, you want to find that person that say, I'm gonna ride this thing out with you till the wheels fall off. And then if the wheels fall off, we're gonna put our feet down like the Flintstones and we're gonna keep on rolling.
Come on, sir.
That is what is missing. So the happy ever after is because there was never once upon a time. And so when there's no foundation, of love, I don't care what nobody say. You've heard me say this in rooms. You've heard me say this consistently. If a relationship or a marriage does not have foundation of love, then you have built it on sinking sand. If you built it on money, that could dissipate. You can lose everything. You can lose the business. Then what do we have? If you built it on looks, we all are going to change. I mean, we are making 50 looking amazing, but we all at some point is going to change. Or we had our ugly duckling moments.
Right.
At some point, what's going to happen with her shape? If you get her at 19 years old and then you fill her up with babies, she ain't going to look like she did when she was 19 years old. So what's going to happen when the shape changes? What's going to happen when he gets comfortable and he gets this pot belly? And he don't have the six pack. That's gonna fall apart. If you built this thing wrong, you have no happy ever after because you never had a once upon a time. You never laid the foundation correctly. And if you don't lay the foundation correctly, I promise you, you would the happy. Because let me say this, and I'll let the other couple go. There will be days you're not gonna be happy. Now, if you invited me, I'm gonna tell you.
Listen, I know what I was doing. I knew it. Well, we knew what we was getting. We knew what we was getting.
Yeah, where you're not gonna be happy. If you ain't got that love in place, those days that you're not gonna be happy, gonna sound real loud in your ears. It's gonna create, and when I mean days, sometimes them days go into weeks. Sometimes them weeks go into a season.
Yeah,
there's a season that you're coming home and just like. So what happens if you build it on sex? Oh, let me tell you what married couples will tell you the truth. Some days ain't not gonna be no sex. It's not gonna be no sex because she mad. Not gonna be no sex because y'all just don't feel like it. It's y'all. It ain't in the wrong. We just not in that space. It just ain't good. The energy. Too much is going on with money. Too much is going on with children. There is. I promise you, Lady Dawn. I probably shouldn't say this because
Speak,
you
sir.
have more sex when you're single than you do married.
Speak, sir. It's the truth.
You have more sex, and it shouldn't be. but it's a reality, because if I see you every day and now you get if I get mad with you on Monday and go home and I don't see you all week to the weekend, then we good. I probably could get that energy back. But I'm seeing you every day and I'm looking at you like, you're getting on my nerves today. It changed things. And so the happy ever after comes it dissipates so quickly. And I would say, as my closing marks, is that you don't have no once upon a time. That's why there's no happy ever after. I'll go on mute.
No, sir. This is what we brought you here for. This is what you came here for. We came to bring that. Okay, we keep it 1000% real up here on this platform. We tell it like it is, because these are the things that people need to know, to realize, and to recognize. Because whether we say it or not, we know that it's true. But we have to take the shame out of speaking the truth. And letting people know, like, no, this is the real deal. And I love what you said, because we don't get to the happily ever after, because we don't have a once upon a time, and that is so true and so key. The foundation does have to be love, but I also think that in that foundation being love, we have to, my favorite words, clarify and define. Because what you perceive as love, and I'm not talking your love languages and all of that, that's wonderful and that's great, but I'm talking what you define as love may not be the same as what I define as love. So we got to come to a common understanding of, there has to be somewhere in the midst of the definition of love that we meet, that we agree, because those are the things and the places where that's gonna allow us to build. And like you said, having those once upon a time moments are so key. Learning how to hang in there with somebody through the rough times, through the dating space, is so important. It sets a foundation for, if I rocked with you before I had your name, why am I quick to bounce after I get your name? If I rocked with you as you were in the process of becoming, and now you hear and you hit a bump, what happened that I'm not rocking with you now? I understand expectations change and responsibilities change, but that ride and that grind that you have for your mate, that should increase, because now you're more to me than you were when we were dating. I ain't your girl, not your boo thing. Like, I'm your wife. Like, bro, I bear your whole name. Like, I am you. And that is so key. So we got to make sure we get into the once upon a time. See, I told y'all that y'all don't mess with Bishop Claiborne. Okay, that's what he does. He does this for real. The psalmist voice says the value of love has been built on the stuff, money, and it's been forgotten with all the stuff from some, not all, churches, true, and social circles. But Bishop hit it on the head. Let's go. Listen, I say, Pastor Chris is, I call him the encounter and the experience, because he's another one. If he was up here, listen, there'd be a big hole in this platform right now between the two of y'all, okay? Y'all would be dropping gems. Dr. Oliver says, that's good, Dawn. Thank you, man. Every now and then I get a little good one in. Every now and then I can add it up. Thank you, sis. And Psalmist Voice, as a songwriter once said, every minute of every hour is the power of love. That's true. That is true. Come on with the lyrics, sir. Come through. So thank you for that share, Bishop. That was so good. And we keep it 1000. And it's true. You do have more sex when you're single than you do when you're married. And I think a lot of that has to do with, we go for the excitement of it. We like the thrill of doing something wrong that's deemed wrong. We don't, it's not as exciting when it's right. It's just not as exciting. It should be. It's just, I'm just saying, y'all, listen, y'all already know how I get down.
Well, it's the time.
Right.
When we don't see each other all the time. In marriage, you see each other every day. So if we got in an argument on Monday, I got to see you through the argument the rest of the week. If you and you live in New York, I live in Philly, if we get in an argument, I just go home to Philly.
Yeah.
I don't got to talk to you all week. So by the time we do talk,
right.
Then now we've calmed down, and I haven't seen your face. I haven't been in the same energy with you, the same space. So a lot of times, and it should not be, I promise you, that's not the way God spent it. It was really supposed to be, more sex in marriage and less single. It really was supposed to be that way. But unfortunately, that sometimes we don't know how to, people don't know how to channel their energy. We're dealing with something, but that don't got nothing to do with this piece. Most people don't know how to do that. It takes something to really be able to, well, I should say most women, because women are, if you mess up their mind and mess up their emotions and they're frustrated, they can't get in the flow. Women needs all of the pieces to come together great. Where men, I don't know, we might be worse in that area, but you do see some men that get in their feelings. Like, I'm not one to get in my feelings. Once I say what I got to say, I'm tapping you. Like, hello. So I ain't gonna get in my feelings, okay? But you start to see more brothers get in their feelings now. I don't care. If you roll over at night and you be like, I need to talk to you, I promise you, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm gonna be like, okay, now I might deal with it later, but I ain't gonna be mad in that moment. I promise you. But Pastor Lizzie might get. I ain't gonna be mad at her. Men is different. We ain't gonna be mad for so long. If she come out there and be like, I need to talk to you, we gonna listen. We gonna at least listen. Especially if she dressed right. If she dressed right and she smelled good.
Listen.
We ain't mad, but for so long. But you can't do that same thing with a sister. Some women are now starting to say that, hey, even if we mad, I still can't keep myself from you. Some people are starting to get into it, but it's still a hard space when you're in the house. Absolutely.
No, that's good stuff. So look, poor Lindsay crying.
Because he know I'm telling the truth. You let his wife.
Lady Dawn, what did you get us into tonight?
I got you into love, marriage, and ministry. What happened?
Because Pastor Lindsay know I'm telling the truth. Right,
ever after. You
listen.
That I know what I'm doing without knowing what I'm doing for. Listen. No, you are telling the truth. It is truthful, man. Again, we grown. And if you think this is something, first of all, I will tell you just a little hint. Next week we have in our verses the ladies' room versus the men's lounge, and our topic is sex versus intimacy. Do you know which one you want? Because a lot of times we get it confused. We don't know what we want, and we think one is the other. But we keep it 1,000. I told you we keep it 1,000% real up here. We have real conversation, real talk with real resolutions. We're trying to help some people, but that's the truth. A lot of women, we don't. It's the way we connect. Mm-hmm. You have to get to that woman's emotions. It is extremely hard for me to you got to be real good at your game for me to forget that I'm mad, or even just to put it down just a little bit. I'm a lower the flame on my anger,
right?
Just
to love on you a little bit. I didn't forget though, because as soon as we're done, I'm done. I'm back. I didn't forget. Okay, let's.
Well. I don't know.
You don't want you to forget.
I don't know. No, I want. I am doing some stuff that's gonna make you forget. My whole goal is to make you not be mad tomorrow. So I'm so my whole goal.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. It may not always work, Pastor Lindsay, but the goal is, especially if it's something I did to piss you off. My goal is
to come out and get out of the doghouse.
Yes. My goal is to be at the top of my game that night. My goal is to have you reaching for stuff that's not even there.
My job. Okay, well, look.
Look.
You better put sisters.
Climbing the walls.
Yes. That's the walls. That's my goal. That is my goal. My goal is to make your eyes roll in the back of your head. So when you get out, you ain't gonna you're gonna forget about it. Especially if I'm the reason. No.
So by the time y'all go to sleep and tomorrow morning when you leave the house, you getting that text saying last night was amazing.
Well, if you did it really, if it's really right, you go get the text before the night is over. We sitting next to you texting you. That's what's gonna happen. Then go to sleep. Because we're gonna get it all out the same day. We have to carry it over. I'm just saying. Welcome to Love, Marriage, and Ministry. Our topic tonight is what happens to happily ever after. One of our marriage team Jones. I was going to call y'all a hold on. See, I'm hollering. I get my life together right now. Okay, with Team Jones and our special guest Bishop Claiborne is in the house on tonight. I am not mad at this. You never know what you're gonna get on Thursday nights with Lady Dog. And that's what I love. Zinja said something is wrong if you still mad. That's true.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Pastor Chris said, let's go. That's gonna be a banger. He's talking about next week. It's gonna be on and popping. I'm telling you, Bishop, you might have to come in and come on for 5-10 minutes to stop.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. Pastor Chris says, not the wall, LOL, sucking the thumb like a pacifier. See what I'm saying? Listen. just okay, but y'all need to understand that works both ways. Okay.
But we good. If I'm the one that got you upset,
you want to be going to bring it down.
I don't have no problem with that. As long as I'm out the doghouse, I don't care. I don't care.
You don't care what it is.
Okay, who wins?
And we never put us in the doghouse, so we come home and we want to make sure that we do the little things. And if you are in tune with me, you'll see the way I look at you. Mm-hmm. Or you'll walk by and we'll give you that little tap. The comments we say. And you know when you come into that bedroom, it's on and popping.
It's on.
Yeah, but women, we stubborn though. We stubborn. We try to. Ladies, don't kick me out of the club. I'm just saying we having real conversation. You can do all of that, and on the inside, I might be smiling like I ain't gonna let him break me down. I'm not gonna let him break me down. I ain't gonna be no punk. I gotta go in the corner and have a conversation with myself. Say self and self say like we ain't going out like that.
I'm gonna hold on.
Right.
But you can only hold that for so long.
You gotta call for help.
I'm gonna turn that heat up. Fire up a little bit more. If you start doing that, I'm turning the fire up some more. Because remember now, this is your man. I know the spots. Mm-hmm. I know all the things. I know the vote. I know. And remember, being upset with me is different than hating me. You're just upset with me. Yeah. So you still love me. You still love me. And that's one of the things that you hear me talk about in the book, how to have great conflict resolution, or I call it how to deal with intense fellowship. How to deal with intense fellowship. You know, how do we address to the mere factors that we hear? I just told some young people yesterday, I'm telling you, these young people is like, we need to get you on a podcast because you are amazing. But I was telling these young people yesterday, hold on to the pet names. Hold on to the pet names when you're having intense fellowship, whether it's baby, honey, love, whatever you call each other. Reason being is you trick your subconscious mind to know who you're talking to. Mm-hmm. If you start, Pastor Lindsay, what's your wife's first name?
Rhonda.
If you move from baby to Rhonda, let me tell you something. She gonna feel a whole nother energy because now she gonna feel like you're talking to her like a girl in the street, and you done forgot that this is your wife. You don't forgot that this is your wife. And so when you have an intense fellowship, you know, you got to stay, I would say stay in those love language because it makes your subconscious mind remember, wait, this is my wife. So I can't hit below the belt. I can't go after her neck. I can't go after his throat. I gotta, because wait, this is my husband. This is my man. You know what I mean? So I gotta be careful. A lot of times madness don't last forever. Mm-hmm. Because you know who you living with. So you upset. Okay, how long we gonna be upset? We need to have and here's something I said, Pastor Lindsay, I think you'll agree with me on this. We have all kinds of conversation before we get married. Do you know the one conversation we don't have is the intense fellowship conversation? What happens when we get upset? What can we do? What can we say? What is the line draw? We never talk about that. Until it happens, we never say, okay, you can't talk about my mama. Like when we get mad, you need to lay down some board. You can't talk about my mama.
Like the Dirty Dozens.
You can't hit the dozens.
It's a line you don't cross.
There's some lines. And we never did that. And all of the people I've ever dated, I said, you know what? When God gave it, I said, you know what, God, that's right. We have never had the conversation what do we do when we get into intense fellowship? You can't, for me, you can't walk out the room after you said everything you had to say. Now you ain't gonna stand there and let me say what I got to say.
Right.
And not what women are good with that.
Yes, we are.
Well,
Yes, we are.
Y'all are,
yes, and proud.
I don't
And
wanna hear
proud.
it.
know y'all can get
Well,
to us like that.
we could turn in a minute. We know how to exit. We knows how to exit.
Well, exit.
But nobody taught us that. It is
God.
instinctive.
I thought I had a corner.
And Joe make me flick my hair.
She was kidding. Wait, Dawn. She was cooking. I'm like, I know I got her. She ain't gonna stop cooking. Do you know this woman turned off the pots and walked out the kitchen? I was like, you don't even care about the food getting finished. You finished the food. I'm done. So I didn't even get a chance to get all mine out. So
she was done for real.
she was
She
done.
was
You ain't worried
done.
about eating.
Oh,
You don't care
yes.
if I ate or not. Finish it. But what I'm saying is we got to have those conversations. It's important. How long are you going to be? Here's where I was going. How long is this madness going to last?
Mm-hmm.
If you get upset about something, is this going a few hours? Is this going a few days? How long is it we not talking?
Right.
You know, because for me, you're not in my house a whole week not talking to me. What are we doing with that?
That's true.
You're not
I've
a
done
whole
that.
week. You walking past me, going to work, back, or going to bed, whatever you're doing. You walking past me, just getting into bed, and you ain't talk. You not saying, "Hey, baby," nothing. No, see, you need to have that conversation before you get married, because I need to know how long is your madness last. You know how, and if you don't do that, here's we go back to the topic. There will be no happy ever after.
Right, because what happens is the fact that if you don't get those conversations out of the way early, and I learned from it, unfortunately, we learn that as we go.
Yep.
And what happens is that by the time you realize, oh my gosh, this has been going on for like 3 hours, it's like, how much longer is this going to last? And then who now is the one to come down off their high horse, because y'all both think y'all right? Who's the one that's going to come down from their high horse and make amends to bring peace back to the house? Because I know for here,
That's
if
good.
she's upset, it disrupts the whole household.
Typical.
And vice versa. If I'm upset, it disrupts the whole household.
Sure.
Because we're supposed to be on one page.
Sure.
So if she's on one page and I'm on another page, the whole household is in chaos. So we now have to come together on the same page to bring everything back together. So when we get mad at each other, I honestly want to say it lasts maybe an hour. About that.
That should be. She leaned to the side. She not in agreement with you, sir.
She leaning out the box.
She's
doing the math. She's doing the math.
She's doing the math.
It's sometimes once in a while, it depending on the conversation, it could be a little bit longer. But because he knows that when I say I'm done with it, I'm done with it. I'm not, I mean, I'm still praying on that. I'm still human. I'm still praying on that part. But when I say, when this Aries right here say she's done with it,
because I'm an Aries,
I'm done with it. I'm not bringing it up. You can have your conversation and say, okay, babe, with this, that, and the other. Okay, we're going to talk about it. We're going to hash it out because we're not going to we don't want to go to bed mad with each other. That's one thing we don't want to do. But it's still here because I'm still in my mind still saying, well, I can't believe he said that to me. And he know not talk to me that way. I don't understand why he acting like he did before. I told him about that attitude. So all of that comes back to my remembrance of how he used to be. Thank God the Lord Jesus, the Most High, delivereth him. You know, my new word, delivereth him. So it's been a long journey, but I thank God for where we are now. 19 years going on 20 years in August. I mean, it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and I, you know, like you said, Bishop, if you don't have a before, how are you going to have a happily ever after? If you can't deal with what you had, what was before, you don't have that relationship of before, then what are you doing? You playing house.
Yep.
You're playing house
And it's
because
gonna
you
show
have
up.
no relationship. Like you said, if it's just a relationship built on sex, that ain't it. That ain't gonna do it. It's
At
not
all.
gonna do it because now we have children in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
We have jobs. We have ministry. Everybody wants a piece of you.
Yeah.
Especially if you got, we have a 12-year-old. She was our last one, that 12-year-old, and she wants this man right here is her all in all. When I tell you, if he say boo to her the wrong way, she's crying. And I'm looking at them like, what in the world is going on? So everybody is pulling you, so you don't have a lot of one-on-one intimacy time because everybody's pulling you. And you're like, you know what, babe? I'll get with you tomorrow, or I get with you the next day. And we always say to each other, I ain't going nowhere. You going anywhere? I'm not going anywhere. We'll be all right. So that's how we do it. And we say, like you said, we pass by each other, hit each other, and give it that look. And even sometimes when doing that, after you have settled with the kids, the grandkids, and everybody else, you're tired. You're like, you know what? I love you. Give me kiss. Goodbye. Good night.
Yes, you talk about it all day long, and then it don't happen that night.
Right.
It don't even matter.
Right.
All day long, sit down. I'm telling you, all day long, you be like, girl, I got you. I mean, you didn't sit out crazy texting everything.
Yes.
That night come. I see you in the morning. The greatest statement in the world is, I got you in the morning. I got you. I got you in the morning. And sometimes the morning don't happen, but it feels good to know that there is a possibility. You know what I mean? Because see, with me, right. I'm gonna bring it up later. I'm be like, I thought you had me in the morning. Like, what happened? Oh man, I had to get ready for work.
It's appointment time. I had an appointment.
Yeah,
I had an appointment, but I respect my time.
You see the doctors, everybody get their time. Can you pencil me in? Hook me up. Can you pencil me in? I said, if you don't enjoy each other and laugh about some stuff, your marriage will never, I'm gonna stay on your topic, I am, won't have a happy ever after. If you don't infuse humor into your marriage, you will not have a happy ever after. You got to laugh at some stuff and laugh at each other. You got to laugh at each other. I always say one of the things I think is I don't like to have intense fellowship in the bedroom because I don't want to change the energy of the bedroom. Now, when you got kids, sometimes you got to go in there to deal with that. You know what I mean? When you don't have kids, it's different. One of the things I just told a couple yesterday, because they find it hard for them to get to that. I said, go to the restaurants and have the hard conversations. Because in the restaurant, 9 times out of 10, you can't raise your voice. You don't want to be embarrassed. And now y'all can hear each other because you're not hollering at each other. Now you can hear each other. I tell them, hey, my book, you got to go into a huddle. You got to go into the huddle. You cannot win games and championships unless you go into the huddle. And many marriages and relationships, what they struggle with is that communication piece. They don't know how to talk to one another or listen.
Yeah.
See, sometimes we can talk, but we don't know how to listen. And I didn't mean hear. Hearing comes with 2 ears.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen.
And it's important. I just want
to. There's a big difference between listening and hearing.
Absolutely. Big difference.
Because what happens is when someone starts talking to you, and I'm speaking from personal experience, and you don't like what they're saying, your defense mechanisms come up automatically. You soon as they say something, it triggers your response to, oh, you ain't gonna talk to me like that, or your defense mechanism comes up and you start to shut down. And what I try to tell myself is, don't shut down because what she's saying might be true. And what I have to do now is listen to what she's saying, and then retrospectively look at myself. Right. Because if I don't look inwardly first, then I'll take everything that she's saying the wrong way. And then once I understand what she's saying, then I apply, was I really like that? Because if I was, then I need to check myself. Because I don't want her to think that she can't come to me and tell me or correct me. And one of the things is, a lot of couples think that they always got to be right. I'm at a point now where if I'm wrong, tell me, because I ain't got to be right. I don't know it all. and it's going to be something that I don't understand, or it might be some things I miss. And because if I miss it, that's what my partner's there for, to pick it up and say, hey, baby, you shouldn't have said that, or you shouldn't have reacted that way. And I've learned through this marriage that I am wrong sometimes. But my ego, I have to lay aside, because if I don't, I'll come back to you in a harsh way. I'll come back to you saying something that I will regret later, where it'll go to that place where you'll get in that argument and you'll be in it for 3 days because you shouldn't have said what you said.
Yeah.
Or because you didn't listen clearly on what she was trying to say.
Absolutely.
And what I've learned about her is that she's speaking code.
Well, let me jump in real quick. I just want to jump in real quick. This is a real great conversation. I want to ask you guys to like, subscribe, and share. Continue to place your comments, because this is a really good, intricate point and place when we're talking about hearing and listening. One thing that we also have to do is to make sure that we are listening to hear what the person said, not to hear what we want.
To hear.
Because a lot of times we will do that. And women, I know we do that, I would say more so than men do. You know, a man will hear what you said and accept what you said quite often. Doesn't mean he agrees with it, but he'll accept it. Women, we will hear what you said and we will change it and adjust it, tweak it to what we want it to be, or what
Absolutely.
we feel you should be saying. So we have to come to a point of, I've learned that I don't have to like what you said. I have to respect it. Mm-hmm. And 9 times out of 10, if I don't like it, it may be because it's something that I'm aware of in my own self of truth that I'm trying not to show all the time, you know, but you're aware of. You're bringing it to the surface. My habit, before I have a chance to fix it, you already bringing it to the surface. You know, so we just have to be mindful of how we're listening and how we're and what we're hearing. Sounds really good. I don't want to cut you out, but I want to read some comments also, and I want to get into this book for a moment. Gregory says intense fellowship. I like that term. I do too. That's one of my faves. I dig it. I hear you. He also said it's hard to stay mad with your husband. Oh, it's hard to stay mad when your husband still calls you baby, even when he is upset. Yeah,
that's true.
It is true. I'm telling you.
Say that sucker move. That's what that is. That's. I mean, I get it.
No, but we gotta do it. We have to keep doing it. We have to do it because you.
Y'all be breaking down walls. It ain't right.
Gotta break down walls. We gotta break down walls.
I know when I'm mad and I'm like, okay, you know, like I still want to be mad, but I can't be mad because of the fact that when you call me baby, you know, and I on a good day, and I know how that makes me feel. So on a bad, I'm like, why you gotta mess up my madness right now? Why you gotta mess up? Can I be angry? Can I be angry?
No.
His voice said, Pastor Chris said, when used properly, those pet names can change the game. See what I'm saying? He said, my Shondo is running wild, sir. Yeah, his Shondo will take off in a minute. Pastor Chris also says that silent treatment can be dangerous, and that is absolutely true. And I will be completely.
And I can do it good too.
What? I am the ice queen. Well, I was. I'm a reformed ice queen. I'm reformed.
It's bad.
What happens with the? Can I speak on the silent treatment for a minute? Because what happens with the silent treatment? If the silent treatment takes too long, we as men might seek voices in other places.
That's true. That's true. But women, you know, I in that moment, I can only speak for me. Okay. When I was in that place of, sir, I used to be like the ice cream, like I have no feelings, like I cares not. When you take me to that place, my thing to you is don't take me there. Mm-hmm. Don't do what's necessary to make me angry, because I'm the type, I don't get mad quick. Like, it got to be something real, like you messed with my family and my loved ones, like, and I have a quick trigger. But outside of that, but if you're doing stuff that like foolishness that builds up, like, don't push me to that place, because then when I get to that place, you got to let it run its course, because ain't no amount of babies and kissing and you could tap that back all you want to. It ain't gonna work, bruh.
But how long are you going to be in that place? See
I
what?
will be in that place until forever.
No,
That's
no, no. And see, and that's where,
no.
and that's where we have got to change the game. That's why I wrote this book, because
Yeah.
remember, the huddle is about conversation, information, and celebration. So, okay, what did I do, or what did I say, or what did not do that has you in this space along? Because we got to go back to the huddle. We were in the huddle that got you upset. Now we got to go back to the huddle because I need to understand, how do I get you out of this space? What is it that I do? Or is this a you issue?
Well, I'm gonna be honest.
If this is a you issue that you being petty. See, we may have come to the, and you just want to hold on to the madness because you want to punish me. So then that's being petty. And that's not what
Right.
marriage is about. Marriage is for mature people. Marriage is for mature.
Amen.
You cannot tell children to play nicely together. And when they have a disagreement, you push and encourage children to get over it and get through those things. You cannot tell siblings or your kids, y'all siblings, and y'all should not fight. We do all of that, but then when we become an adult, we want to hold on to things and be petty for a long period of time. We're not talking about getting over it. We're talking about having a conversation to get you over it. You know what I'm saying? So how do I get to a conversation to get you over it? I'm not, as a man, I don't have a right, or you don't have a right as a woman to not respect my feelings. Okay, I understand that I said something, did something, or did not do something. Because sometimes people are upset because I did. That, and that's what you're telling me. Even if I don't agree with it, even if I'm like, what? Because again, we two different people. So it might take you a little longer. But what I need to do now is, okay, like he said earlier, the hour time or the set few hours times, how long we gonna table this? And we're gonna say, okay, we're gonna deal with this. And some things need a tabling for another conversation, and some things you just gonna have to accept the fact we don't agree. This is a problem that people have, because the reason why you have an argument is because you're trying to get me to accept your way. And I'm not going to accept your way, because it's about perspectives. Watch this. If you say the sky is blue and I say the sky is gray, neither one of us is wrong. It just depends on what day we see it. Because some days you see the sky and it do look gray. Some days you see the sky and it look blue. The problem is that we got to come to the point that's just saying, you know what? The Buddhist has a saying called the middle ground. What's the middle ground? The middle ground may be, we just don't agree.
Right.
See, where I'm at now at 56 years old, I'm only going to talk to you 2 times, maybe 3 times. I'm going to tell you my perspective. After that, we just don't agree. I am not going to sit here like Lindsay said and keep arguing. 3 hours later, 4 hours later, we argue. All we doing is saying the same thing over it. We just trying to convince each other. And we're going 4 hours over trying to convince each other. And guess what? I am not seeing it your way. I don't agree with you. So what are we going to do? I don't agree with you. You don't agree with me. 2 things. Either we're going to walk away and not agree and agree to disagree, or we find a happy medium. How do we both get what we want?
Right.
How do we both get what we want? Sometimes there's a right and a left. We can't go both directions. But then there's other times where we say, okay, babe, I'm going to go right. And just in case right is wrong, I'm going to come back and go left. So that's the happy medium, that we both get it. Or I'm going to go right. And even if I'm wrong, hey, you know what? You were right in this situation. If you don't come to a happy medium, you will stay in a constant frustration. Your marriage, okay, here we go back to the title. You will never have a happy ever after if you live in a constant frustration. If your relationship every day is, oh my God, she gonna argue about something again today. You know what he gonna be doing? Sitting in the car. He gonna take extra hours. He gonna work a double. He gonna be like, or she gonna be like, Lord Jesus, it's almost time for him to come home. I know what it's getting ready to be. If your relationship is like that, you need to get into some coaching, some counseling, get some books, because if your relationship is a constant frustration, you'll never have a happy ever after.
You won't. And I just want to say, I'm a reformed, silent treatment ice cream. And I'm just saying, I've learned that. I still, putting my work to work. But I would say for me, and in just being honest, because it's a very serious point that a lot of times we overlook. I have to be honest. For me, in the silent treatment, it was heavy and easy for me to do because I didn't care enough to work it out. And that's the God's the honest truth. I just didn't care. I didn't care how your feelings felt at that point. I did not care if we were gonna, what the result was gonna be. I got to the point where I stopped caring. So the silent treatment was easy for me. I knew what it was going to do, and my happily ever after actually was, I was like, well, we divorced now. So, hey, yay. Like, we happy forever after, apart. That was in that situation. I'm being honest. Y'all know I keep it honest and real. I'm telling you my truth.
I'm gonna pray for your future. We do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm gonna go into deep dive prayer. I'm reformed.
I'm reformed. That was that particular situation. But we have to be honest about like really what makes us get to that place. And I had to really do the hard work because I hated being like that. Because that's really not who I am. It's not the core of who I am. I don't like to argue. I don't like tension. I want us to be loving all the time. I believe in peace. But when you get me to that place, and I had to say, Dawn, that extension of that was because you did not care enough to work it out because you didn't care that you were even in it. And sometimes
so did you tell him? What are the things that get you to that place? Did you tell him? Did you also give him the answers to how to get you out of that place? See, you can tell me what gets you there, but you don't. But most of the time, we never tell each other. But if you do this, if we have this conversation, if we do this, this will bring me out of that space. We can go in it. Most of the time, I'll be honest. People don't tell us what get them there. You just go from 0 to 10. You go. It could be on the least thing. You shut me down. You shut me down because it's something within you that you have built within you that, hey, I'm just going to shut down and not say nothing. Well, okay, now I'm different because I've dated women that was like that prior to me, and you know what I always say? That's not here. This a different house. What you did in that house. People don't like to talk about the past relationship, Pastor Lindsay, but I do. Tell me some of the things that you went through in the past and how y'all dealt with some things. Because I'm listening to some stuff to see, okay, is this going to be the same here? And if so, let me figure out how to make this whole situation work. I need to know how you were so that I can simply say, but over here, we don't do that here. Over here, we have conversation.
I'm going to tell you, now I did tell him all the things, but he already knew because we knew each other for a long time. So, he already knew what pissed me off and what didn't. The thing was, I didn't tell him how to get me out of it. And I'm being completely truthful and honest. I didn't tell him how to get me out of it because I didn't trust him enough with my heart and my feelings at that point. Because I knew all you were going to do was add more damage. I knew in the beginning that he did not have the capacity to really manage the totality of my heart. And that was me, and that was my fault. And that's why I said I had to own up to this is the space you trying to make this man carry something he can't carry.
Correct.
And so it wasn't worth it to me to tell him at that point because I didn't even want you to be the one to get me out of here. What I wanted you to do was get out of here. That was what I wanted.
Right, and that's valid. And what happens is the fact that if I can't trust you, if I can't put it this way, if I had a bad day, I gotta know that when I come home. When I walk through that door and I see your face, that I can sit down, or you can even when I walk through the door, you can say, "Oh, he had a rough day," and I can sit down and I can sit there and know that I'm secure in who I'm talking to, and I can pour my heart out, and that what I'm telling you won't come back to bite me later.
Right,
safe place.
Right,
it's a safe place, and this is my safe place that I can talk to you about anything. And and what happens is, what couples are doing is that they're taking, I tell you this, but I'm gonna pull back a little bit because I don't know where you gotta take it.
Right.
I don't know if we get an argument later
Right,
you're gonna bring that up.
Right, you can't use it as ammunition.
And that's what couples are doing. And what they're trying to do, they're living in a house.
Of
But
fear.
they want to be in a home.
Yeah.
See, this is my home. This is not my house. So what happens is in my home, I come home to a safe place.
Absolutely.
And my safe place, I can talk about anything I want to.
Absolutely.
I can say how I feel. And I know it won't be used against me.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what a lot of people are looking for, but they're not getting it.
But in order to want that, you got to be that. You have to create that first. I believe you really do. And sometimes you have to create that safe space because we're all coming in wounded. Everybody has some kind of bruise. But if I am intentionally letting you know, and it gets to capacity. I want to get to the book. I'm gonna read some more comments. So this is really, really good. This is why sometimes, we got to have like 96 parts to these conversations. But that is a great point and perspective about the house versus the home. But you have to be that safe space. Somebody has to go first. I gotta be willing. I have to love you enough to be willing to lay me to the side to take you on, knowing and trusting that when I'm here, that safe space for you, it's going to be reciprocal. If as a woman, I do not ever again want to have to worry about not giving my man everything, being everything to my man, and making sure he has everything that he could want, think about, or need. Why? Because when I do those things, he is going to automatically give me what I need back. When we have to question or we have to be in fear of, if I give my all to this person, am I going to be left empty? Are they not? Because this is how women think. This is why we hold back. This is why we challenge y'all so much, because we feel like if I love you with my all, are you just going to walk away with that and then leave me empty? And then I have to try to rebuild and replenish, and then I'm somebody else's problem. And if you feel that way, then that's not the person for you. Cut it off, go about your business. But when you're in the right space with the right person and you know that you have the capacity for each other, you don't mind laying it out all on the line. I'm going to help you heal your wounds because that's what I'm supposed to do. And when you get up from here and you go out, you're going to come back stronger and you're going to refill me. So that's how it has, I feel like that's how it's supposed to work. I want to read some more comments and I want to get into the book. I hope y'all are enjoying. I see you, Rhonda. I'm going to let you. Hold on, let me just get through these comments and then I'm gonna let you share. And they is saying this is a great conversation. I'm sorry. Okay, where was we at? Just give me two seconds because I want to get to these points in these books too. Pastor Chris says we need to stay away from the lease options. Oh my. Hey Taryn, thank you, sis, for joining us on tonight. Y'all like, subscribe, and share. Invite somebody into this great conversation. We have Team Jones up here with us, and our special guest, none other than the Chief Commander, the Bishop Prophet Micheal Claiborne, is in the building. Gregory says joy always comes in the morning. Hallelujah. He's talking about that appointment that I'll get you in the morning. That's what I'm talking about, sir. Make time to make time. And Nate says this is a great conversation. Alicia says you can't listen to respond, but you must listen to understand. Amen. Amen. Pastor Chris says, like Boys to Men, featuring Charlie Wilson, said, you're more than you ever know. That's how we have to sustain in the good, bad, and ugly. Amen. Come on, sir, with the lyrics on tonight. Pastor Chris also said the huddle will not work if your egos are not in check.
Absolutely.
Keep the egos.
Absolutely.
God. And Bishop, I know Bishop going to talk about that. Gregory says we must listen to understand, not necessarily to respond back. Amen. Zen just said, I said this, you heard that. We're talking about listening for people. Hey, Anitra is in the house on tonight. Geneva says a soft answer turns away wrath. Listen, I have learned that. I'm like, okay, you know what? All right, you got it, sir. No problem. Pastor Chris says the Quita anointing is not the business. That's, the ratchetness. The ratchet for the ratchetness is not the business. Anitra says marriage is for mature. That is a whole show in and of itself that we really need to have. Bishop, we're gonna have to bring you back for that one.
Absolutely.
It just says, I just think to myself, what if God got mad with me and gave me the silent treatment? Childless and our whole souls would explode. Geneva says, then she's punishing herself from returning to intimacy. That's true. Very true. In the silent treatment. Pastor Chris says, if we are bold, love strikes away the chains and fears from our souls. She's quoting Maya Angelou. Absolutely great. Anitra says collaboration. And they said, this is good teaching. Anitra says, you good, my kin. That's my kin. She sure is. Alicia says, let bygones be bygones, because I want to make sure we get everybody's comments up in here on tonight. Let's see. Anitra says, safe place. She also says, can I be naked and unashamed with you? Gregory says, weaponizing your partner's vulnerabilities will kill your relationship every time. That is key. And ladies, I have to say, I think we are more the aggressor when it comes to that. Absolutely. We will throw it up in your face in a minute to wound you, because sometimes it's only but so much. Y'all are not as emotional in some senses as women are. So I think that's what we use, and we got to find a way to fight fair. Alicia says, a house is not a home if no one is even there. I'm not meant to live alone. Come on now. And Pastor Chris says, that's key, Pastor Lindsay. The value of love is peace. Can we bring through the walls, ladies? Can we break through the walls, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see. Anitra says, do we know how to be safe with ourselves first? Meaning, am I honest with myself about my insecurities, weaknesses, vulnerabilities? And can we work on these things? We have to be safe with ourselves. Hey, Keena, thank you for joining. She is here. Our fellow commanders in the building. She said, I love y'all. All right. So those are all the comments that we have so far. I want to make sure that we get through them so that the people know we are seeing you, hearing you. We're loving that you're loving this conversation. So I want to give space to Lady Rhonda to make her point. And then Bishop, I want you to come right behind her. And I want to talk about this for a little bit, if it's all right with y'all.
Absolutely.
Come on, Lady Rhonda.
I just wanted to say back to the conversation we was having before you did the comments about a house and a home, when he said this is his home here. When he, because I work from home, I go into the office 1 week out of the month. But he's in, working where he does the Royal Farms manager. You get all kind of people's coming in there. You got to deal with employees and so forth like that. So his job is much harder that he's dealing with than what I have. Yes, I talk to patients because I, in the call center, but my patients can't get out of hand. But I do have that moment to, thinking and woosah, but I know when I wake up in the morning and as I'm praying, and he's gone at like 4:00 in the morning, I'm still turning over to getting my extra sleep in. Sometimes I don't even know when he came in to say goodbye. But, just at that time when I do wake up about 6:30 and I pray, I say, God, please give him the strength to deal with what he's going to deal with on today. Give him peace throughout of everything, everyone that comes to that door, still let him have peace. And then when if he texts me during the day and he'll say, how you doing? I said, I'm doing good. How are you? I'm having a rough day. Right there, I know. When he walks through that door, I need to be right there saying, hey, what happened? Let him get it out. I don't want him to hold it in. I don't want that to be a hindrance in like our bedroom for the night. Because if I'm in the kitchen cooking, this is just me. If anybody wants to, listen, if you're listening to what I'm saying, this helps you out too, I'm glad to share it. If I'm most of the time in the kitchen cooking, as soon as 4:30 hits, I'm off them phones. I get in there, I start my dinner, because I know that he's on the way. Then he got to pick up our daughter at the bus stop at 6:00 when she comes after school. I want dinner to be ready. When he walks in, he goes in the room. That gives him his time. 10 to 15 minutes, I give him his time. Let him, departmentalize, let him get his stuff together. When that 10 to 15 minutes is gone, I turn stuff down low, or whatever's in the oven is in the oven, and I'm like, I'll be back. I go in that room. I sit on that bed. How was your day? What happened? I give him that moment to say, well, this and this and this and this and this happened. And then I say what I have to say to help him out. And that's his moment to vent. And then he'll be like, well, how was I said, I'm good, but what else happened? My day wasn't that bad, but you seem to have had a bad day, because I see it, knowing this man for 19 years, I see it all in his face.
Mm-hmm.
I see it in his face, what went on that day. So like I said, I'm sitting at my desk and I know the time is coming. He's leaving at 4:30. I know what time he leaves. He leaves at 4:30. If at 4:40, 4:45, he hasn't called me and said he's walking out that door, I'm texting him saying, you left yet? Did you leave yet? It's time for you to leave them, because I know your phone's going to blow up all night because you're a manager. I understand that. I don't let them be, oh my God, it's fun. It's part of the job. I can't be mad at that. But even though that's part of the job, I still make him feel comfortable. That's one thing I do, is still make him feel comfortable, still make him laugh, crack a couple jokes or whatever case may be. That's one thing that we do have. We can crack some jokes on each other, and we've been sitting there laughing for hours, and the kids in New York are doing, yeah, all right in there, yeah, we fine, we good, thank you. So, but you have to do that. You have to be that safety. And Absolutely. That's what a wife should be, and it should go vice versa. Be that safety for each other, because what you're going on with at work, you're dealing with so many different personalities at work. When you come home, you don't want to deal with that when you come home as well. So when you come home, it's like, woosah, okay, it's home time. It's family time. Let's do for each other. Let's talk. Whatever conversation you want to have, even if we sit in the room and eat together and watch TV, that's something that we know that's another piece for us. We going to and catch up on our shows. We close that door. Don't nobody bother us. We're in our space. That is us. Don't even come in. My kids know if they knock on the door, they better knock first, because you don't know what's happening in there. You better knock first.
Listen, these are the things that keep us. Look.
So you gotta make that time when you
for grown folks only. But these are some of the things. This is so good. And again, you do. You have to. It's important, and it's like we have to stop putting up the walls. In between all of these things, we have to stop putting up walls. Sometimes, like sometimes you just you tired of being mad. Okay, look, now we got love happening in the comments. I'm just like, I ain't mad at y'all. Gregory talking about a man that feels covered by his lady will feel unstoppable in all areas. Say it with your chest, brother. I'm not mad at you. Here comes ladies in. Just talking about, I got you, babe. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. See? Love it, action. Do it, y'all. Do it, y'all. I ain't mad. I'm a supporter of love. Two of my favorite people in the world. I'm just saying. But these things are so key and so important. And I also feel, as Pastor Chris would say, if I'm using the word right, if I may borrow it, Pastor Chris, in churchdom, we over spiritualize everything.
Absolutely.
And we do not deal with the real fact that you are flesh, and this flesh will never be saved. Jesus didn't die for it at all. It's going to be buried and go back to the ground. So we got to deal with flesh as flesh. God didn't make no mistakes by doing both. Making us spirit and flesh, but we got to really talk about these things and talk about the work that it takes to really get to that place of happily ever after. Listen, I've said it before. I'm consistent. I've been married twice, divorced twice. So I finish what I start. It may not be the way I wanted it to end, but I finish what I start. And it is so important that we become real about getting to that happily ever after. I know the mistakes that I made in my relationships and in my marriages. And the first mistake was getting married to begin with. That was the first mistake for me. That's what happened to my happily ever after, is that I didn't start out on the right foundation with the right choices. I knowingly, listen, when I do something, I do it big. Okay. So if I'm going to be obedient, it's going to be big, and if I'm going to be disobedient, it's going to be big. So that's me. I don't recommend that for nobody else. I'm just saying I'm reformed. I'm reformed and better now, But we have to be really real about where we are and who we are, because at the end of the day, nobody. I don't even care if you don't like the person that you're married to. Nobody wants to end up in divorce. Nobody wants that. Nobody goes into it for that. Pastor Chris said, the songwriter said, I don't want to go to bed mad at you. I'm done. Nope, don't want to do it. I refuse to do it. I will stay up all night until my eyes bleed. Okay. But what I will not do is go to bed angry. Not going to do that. I'm just saying, so this is such an important conversation. And again, everyone like, subscribe, and share. Team Jones, y'all the bomb. Bishop Claiborne, you already know, my dear friend. You already know what it is. So I want to get into the huddle because this book is so key. And I posted, I hope that this is really helping y'all. I hope that somebody is getting, I know it is, because conversation is just as hot as they want to be up in here. But I want to get into the book, The Huddle, right here by none other than Bishop Prophet Micheal Claiborne. This is a work of love from his work and his labor. And you can find this book and all his other products on www.michealclaiborne.com. Go over there, purchase some I Am Life product. This man got sneakers, he got hoodies, he got workout gear, he got t-shirts, he got hats, he got phone covers, he got every kind of thing you can imagine. He probably got keychains and shoelaces. He got sneakers. He probably got Pampers and diapers for the babies.
I'm on my way. I'm coming. Just right.
That's right. He got it all. The market is cornered. So go over there and purchase you some I Am Life gear to rock while you are out reading this book, The Huddle. So, Bishop, I want to ask you a few questions. I don't want to give this book away. I don't want to give it away. I want y'all to go buy it. But let me see if we got some more comments in this section, because I do not want to miss anybody. And y'all like, subscribe, and share while I'm doing that. Hey, Commander, my beautiful sister Carolyn Hayes is in the house. I see you. There she goes. Hey, sis. She said, that's my brother. Come on here, Greg. Well, that's why commanders roll. That's what we do. Y'all don't even understand. I'm telling you, if you have not, go over to Clubhouse, join us Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6:30 a.m. in the Life House. I honorably serve as one of the admins, the prophetic admins for him. It is amazing prayer space and time that we have. When I tell you the Lord meets us there, he meets us there, and he lingers in the building. Okay? So come get a good prayer. Get your week. It'll change your life. It'll change your life. And I'm letting you share more at the end. But I want to talk about the book overview that you have here, because there's some really great points. And I want to give them a little bit to whet their appetite. Again, this is not just for married people. It's for married, divorced, single. It applies to everyone, because there's something in here that is going to help us improve who we are and go into our relationships, learning how to pause, how to manage. It's going to equip us with the skills that we did not get and learn by trial and error. Okay, so I don't care how many times you've been married or divorced. This is a good place to pause, get you some equipment so that you know how to get into a huddle going forward. So it says in the book overview, and I just want to share, and I want you to, I'm going to read, there's 8 points, and I want to read those, and I want you to share a little bit about what each point is, if that's all right, and just do your thing. It says this book will explore the key aspects of building a successful marriage team, including, now, number one, I love the fact that you talk about a marriage as a team, because we don't look at it like a team. I am all for a team us. I promise you, when I get married again, everything's gonna be team, whatever my last name is. It's gonna be
when I did one of my retreats, I made everybody do jerseys, whether it was football jerseys, baseball jerseys, with your last name on the back of it. Because that whole retreat, I wanted people to remember we're on a team. We're on the same team. So you couldn't get a different color. You couldn't go put on Cowboys and Redskins. You had to put on the same color with the same name on the back, because I need to get your mindset and remind you we are on the same team. You're not my opponent. You're not on the opposite side. We're on the same team, and we have to play like a team. So that's definitely one.
You teaching already. You teaching already, sir. So the first thing in the book overview says, know your opponent. Share on that, if you would, sir.
You got to know what's the attacks that's going to come to marriage. You know, the lenses we talked about. You know, the silent treatment. That's an attack. That's an attack that will come up against a marriage. Envy, us envying one another. Who does better? Maybe you know, in the couple in the Lindsay's in the case, it could have been the mere fact that he envies the fact that she home 4 weeks, 3 weeks out of a month. You know, and he got to go out the door. If he doesn't know how to channel that and say, "Hey, that don't got nothing to do with me. That's the way her company does it." But people envy each other. We come into marriage and we both on the same educational level. But then you decide to go up in education and get your bachelor's, get your master's, and get your doctorate. And now your job is paying you more. Men struggle with this piece right here of envy, because envy and competition together. Because men are always known to be the breadwinner. And what happens is that if their woman, either she's afraid to go after her dreams and goals, and then if she does, she got to spend the rest of the relationship and the marriage trying to soothe his ego that she makes more money than him. You know, and one of the questions that we have, you know, we also do a room Monday, Wednesday, and Friday called When the Right One Come. And one of the things that we deal with over there is, could you marry or could you date or marry a woman who makes more money than you? Most of the men, Pastor Lindsay, said no. Me? Absolutely. And my wife is a millionaire. We are millionaire, because it ain't no she no millionaire.
We
are millionaires. We are millionaires. We got millions of dollars that come in here. I will be pushing her. I'm celebrating her. I'm encouraging her. I'm coming to all the graduations. I'm coming to all the events. Listen, we
become French. We become French.
It's a we thing. We. Your wife makes $1 million. No, we make $1 million. That's what we make $1 million. Because here's the thing: if we're a team, we're a team. So if she makes $1 million and I make 50,000, she makes $1,050,000. That's what we have.
That's how you get the math. That's how the math.
That's how we do things. And so you got to know your opponent. You got to know your opponent. Infidelity is one of the opponents. You got to know that. The infidelity can show up at your door. I don't care how fine you are. I don't care how tall, dark, and handsome you are. Infidelity can show. It's an opponent. These are attacks that will come against your marriage to destroy your marriage. And so you got to know your opponent. Why? You cannot beat something you don't know. So you need to know, what does infidelity looks like? Where does it come in at? Comes in different for women than it comes in for men. Pastor Lindsay said something that they glossed over real quick, but that if you go into that silent treatment for a week and 2 weeks, you have positioned him and opened up that door for the work wife, and she listening to him. She's talking to him, but he too had to understand that, hey, I got to be careful not position myself in that space. So you got to know the opponent. Both people got to address those opponents. So you got envy, you got unforgiveness. That's what I forgot. Unforgiveness, Lady Dawn, Ice Queen, unforgiveness. Where you be mad with me, and now you're not, you're not forgiving me. Reform. I come to you. And say, baby, I'm sorry. I come to you and say, baby, I apologize. You can't hold on to that and bring it up. I think Wifey said that. I'm gonna remember what he used to be. Now y'all bring up stuff, and here we out of it 2 years. You done forgave me, and 3 years later you mad with me, and you bring up. I'm sure you still like that heifer bringing you something at work. What heifer? What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. And you say,
don't deem her no work wife.
No, but the thing about it is that
you know who you're dealing with.
You already forgave me. You already passed, and it could be any little thing.
Know your opposition.
Right, I know my opponent. You're not my opponent.
Have no label outside of me. I'm the only one with a label. Me and your mom.
But I understand that. But here's the thing that we have a struggle with, is that you cannot sit down and go into the huddle and you forgive me, and then you bring it up 3 years later.
Well, that's true. That's true.
You cannot say you forgive me, and 3 years later it comes up, because what happens is you didn't really forgive me. You didn't forgive me. You didn't forgive me. You didn't. People hate when I say this, but I'm gonna keep saying it till. If you don't forgive and forget, you will bring it back up. If you don't forgive and forget, you will bring it back up. You didn't forgive me. Women say it all the time. I'm gonna forgive, but I'm not forget. That's bad for y'all because y'all not good at that. When y'all don't forget, something is going to happen that's going to come back up. I'm going to upset you about something. I'm gonna piss you off about something. Remember now, the opponent is unforgiveness. So the opponent is trying to get you to bring it back up to destroy the marriage, because that's the whole goal. The whole goal is to destroy the marriage. It's order to keep you from winning. So remember, although we not always spiritual here, but the reality is, you heard me, I think the one morning I talked about the son of the morning, the son of the morning. His goal is to destroy what God put together. God put together something good, and his goal. And so what he says to you is, you mad, but you ought to bring up about that. Now you mad at me because I didn't wash your car. How this heifer get in here? How she get in here? Well, I bet you would wash her car if she wanted. Who is you talking about? Now 3 years later, you bring up something that happened but we're not talking about that. We talking about, I didn't wash your car today. Let's stay in the moment. If you don't forgive and forget, I promise you, man and woman, it's going to come back up again. So know your opponents is the different things that will attack your marriage. And the reality is, your kids, I got my kids. How do we handle things? You know what I mean? When it comes to, sometimes men don't realize they're not prepared for, she carrying that baby. For a moment there, she going to be in tune with that baby. And a lot of times men feel like, I'm left out. I'm left out. She not loving, because you had all of this. All of this was yours. And these little babies come along, and now they take up all the room where you was laying on her chest. Now they got the chest. It's like, what's going on around? And men
That's
can
how
fall.
they got there. That's how they got
there. I know, but we didn't know.
Y'all want the fun, but not now. Now we got.
Yeah, but now we didn't know that we weren't gonna get it.
Results from the fun.
We didn't know we weren't gonna get it for a while. Now we didn't know we were gonna go get it. Nobody told us that. Nobody told us that this little crumb snatcher was gonna come in here, and now all of my loving, I was
shut down. It's shut down.
And shut it down.
Y'all need to forgive yourselves and forget it.
We missed it, we don't do it. So know your opponent is important. To win in marriage, the first thing you got to do is know your opponents. I know that Lindsay wanted to jump in there before we go to the next one.
Oh my gosh, it's true though, because my bishop says it like this: the enemy will only come at you at the way he know he can get in.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna give you ugly when you want dark and lovely.
Nope.
He knows what buttons to get you to where you want to go to. So you got to recognize, hey, this is what I like. He's not going to give you a ham and egg sandwich and you don't like ham.
Nope.
Bishop Cooper said that all the time. The enemy knows what you like, and he's going to give you he's going to present to you what you like. Mm-hmm. And you got to be disciplined enough. Know that it's attacking the enemy. Know that it's coming. And so you can ward it off. Be like, no, I got this. I'm okay. Bye. You ain't doing it. Right. And we know as men, let's get real. We know when women starting to flirt with us. Right. You know it. And women know when men are starting to flirt with y'all.
Sure.
We like the flirtation because it makes us feel like, I'm still wanted. That's why we want our wives to flirt with us too.
But then that's the attack. That's one of the enemies. One of the enemies is that you don't still see me the way you used to see me.
Mm.
But that may not always be true, though.
But that could be one of the enemies.
Could be.
Okay, you stop complimenting me. If your man, I come into your life dating you and be like, my God, you're so fine. You are absolutely so beautiful. And you already told me that sometimes you struggle with that part of you. And I built that part of you up. Then now that I got you, I don't say those things. Now that I got you, I don't see. Girl, you look out there. I don't say none of that. When you go to work, and watch this, you done change your hairstyle, You done changed your nail color. You done changed your perfume. And here you got this joker with you every day. He ain't even noticed that. But you get into the elevator, and you know what the guy in the elevator, the guy that gets on, he said, that's a different perfume you got on. You like, what?
Mm-hmm.
He noticed you change your perfume, and here this man is in the house with you every day and don't notice that you changed.
Mm-hmm.
That's an enemy, because what happens is now you start feeling the attack of something is missing. You don't care. So I could stay there. We got to get to the next ones and the next one. But
no,
definitely,
that's good. Pastor Chris says that part, Bishop, it's a constant. But I think, you know, just in my little 2 cents adding on to that is this. When it's genuine, it will be consistent. If you have to remind yourself to remind your partner that however you feel towards them, then I wonder where it's coming from. It shouldn't be a task.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That means that somewhere you become desensitized, because then what happens is we'll forever be trying to find new things to cause each other to have to get that attention back. You know, and I mean, in life happens, you know, we all go through things, you know, but sometimes I just think we have to remain, you have to remain aware and alert to your partner and the things that attract you to them.
Absolutely.
But also we have to be willing to accept those compliments and those things as genuine, not because they're saying it because they want something from you. Say what you mean what you say, and accept, you know, be in that good space. So this is good, y'all. Know your opponent. Number 2 says, wait, what did I put down? All right, here we go. Says playing through the pain.
Playing
Come
through
on,
the
Bishop.
pain. Playing through. I when I was a motivational speaker, one of my set was playing through the pain, even when it hurts. Stay in the game. And what does that mean? That what happens when the attacks happen? What happens when we're on the injured list? What happens when we're on the injured list? Because in football, everybody gets on the injury list. See, it's very easy that you're the running back or you're the wide receiver and you get on the injured list. You want me to handle that. You want me to handle that you're just not feeling it today, or you had a baby and you're not there, or you go through some different things in your life, and I'm supposed to accept you on the injured list. Maybe you got sick, maybe you dealt with a loss of a baby, because we had the maybe you had a miscarriage, and for a woman that could affect you, so you're on the injured list, and so you don't feel loving, you don't want me to hug. Well, I'm supposed to embrace you on the injury list, but what happens when I get on the injury list? What happens when I love my mama and my mama died, and now I'm dealing with depression? Can you cover me? Can you play through that pain? Can you push through with me? What happens like the pandemic, and maybe one of us lost the job? You know, how do we play through that pain? How do we keep the team going? Because a lot of times people don't play through the pain. They don't push through. They don't keep playing. Can you pick up the slack? That's why they do. You know, I'm big about her having some income.
Mm-hmm.
I'm big about her having some income. I'm not knocking the traditional couples that's out there. To each his own. But what happens if I can't work?
Right. We got to be able to hold it down the same way.
Can you hold me down? What happens if I lose it? Can you hold me down for a few months? Can you help me through this? Can you help me emotionally? Because as a man, now I feel less than. What happened if your woman come home and she went to the doctor and she went to do her mammogram and found out and now she got cancer? Can you push me through this? Can you walk with me through it? Can you play through the pain? Even when it hurts, we got to stay in the game. We got to stay in the game together and play through it. So you got to understand that there's challenges that are going to come up. Every relationship will have challenges. Are you resilient? Do you have new ways of doing it? Okay, babe, let's cut back on certain things. I know we like to go out 5 days a week and we home 2 days a week, but guess what, babe? I'm gonna learn some more cooking thing. We're gonna cook at home so we can save on income. That telling me you resilient. That telling you her. And even as a husband, if I say to you, babe, but I really like doing this, you encourage me to say, babe, we gonna get back there. We gonna get that money back up right. But right now, let's be wise and let's play through this situation because Guess what? We ain't gonna always be here. We're in a season of pain right now, but we're not gonna always be there. So I always ask that question: what happens when you're on the injured list? Because it's about football. But we both gonna get injured somewhere at some point. What happens when we're on the? How do we play through the pain? That would be that.
No, that's good. That's good stuff. And I think that has a lot to do also, again, just my 2 cents on the end of it, is that it has a lot to do with the way we are taught in a lot of spaces as women. We are told, oh, you're a princess and you're just that. Now, I'm quick to tell a young girl, you are a princess. And yep, I am a queen. But guess what? Princesses and queens work. They don't just sit. They work. And they support the king. One of my favorite scenes in 300 is like a dope movie. And one of my favorite scenes is when he's like, do I need to off money right here? Like, what am I gonna do with him? And he turns around and he looks at his wife, and she gives him the like, do you think? And he takes him out. Like, he looked for her backing. He looked for her. And he moved according to what she said because he trusted her, that whole space. And that's teamwork, And I know in those moments she was thinking of the overall picture, that if I allow him to let him to have this person to go, what is that going to result for us in the end? I'm just bringing it up to say, women, we got to think it through. When our men are coming to us in those situations, we can't react out of emotion. You got to look at it in the bigger picture about what is going to happen down the line if I don't support him properly, and we got to make sure that we have their backs in that sense. My dad always taught me, no matter who you're with or whatever, he said, when you move and wherever you choose to live, make sure you live somewhere that you both can afford on one paycheck. So that if you either one of y'all ever lost your job or anything, you're still good, and that's how women, we can't just leave the sole security of finance on the man. We have to be able to add to the pot, and we got to be able to be willing to support that man who supports us. Now, I'm not saying men don't lead. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying 50-50. I'm saying everybody come to the table 100-100. We all going to eat, period. So you got to play through the pain. If you're not with the person that you can play through the pain with, you're not willing to do that, then you need to find another mate. Because I believe when you're with the right person, you don't see it as a loss or a sacrifice. You see it as and not just an investment, but you see it in the eyes of love. So the next one that you have is offsides. All of this is in the book, y'all. we're giving you the overview because I wanted to whet your appetites to make sure you get this book, Married, Single, Divorced, whatever it is. Make sure that you go. I'm putting the website up and all of that. But come on, talk about offsides. We got a few more to go.
Offsides in football is jumping the gun. Offsides in football is jumping the gun. That's the one that everybody hates that, because it's like you're supposed to be able to stay in your position before jumping the gun. So what is offside? Offsides is, let's say that you're the breadwinner. You're the breadwinner in this whole thing, and you made a purchase without having a discussion with me. You're the one that got all the money. So you made a purchase because you felt like, oh, you got a gambling problem. Now you're offsides because I don't even understand or know what happened. I didn't know. I found out. You didn't tell me. I found out that you were doing something. You were gambling. You were buying things. You were doing something. That's an offside situation. You jumped the gun. You went on ahead and you didn't have any conversations with me. That's one of the biggest problems. Or privacy. Like, here is one of the things that you want to call offsides. We go with the family. Now, we know what we're dealing with at the house. You go over to the family, and the first thing you said is, girl, I ain't ate in weeks. All we eat is cereal and milk over here at our house. I'm looking at you like, we didn't discuss this. We didn't say we were going to tell people our business. And now you got me looking crazy because you didn't say something. The worst offside moment is to catch your spouse in the middle of everybody, and you say something like, oh, my wife is dealing with menopause. What did you just say? Offsides. Wait a minute. It's time to go. Offside. Wait a minute. Because you revealed something that was private.
Something that was private.
And you talking about, well, babe, why are you so upset?
Yeah, Lizzie.
The next one, we coming to flag on the play. I'm getting the first thing in your mind, first of all, you like, what just happened here? You know my husband lost his job. Now you know your mama already don't like him. You know your family already got a problem with him. You know he lost his job. You thinking you telling it on a good thing. You know he lost his job and he trying to find something. He looking at you going, what? Wait a minute. Offsides. Hey, offside. You jump because we on the remember now, offside means you went ahead of the team. We the team. We supposed to be on the same line. If you jumped ahead, that means you offside. You are offside. That's not what we discussed. Hold up. Wait a minute. And so now revealing prophecy is an offside moment in a minute. And it will come to your marriage. Y'all, what we doing, how we handling, where we going with this, making sure, with money. Women say, this is one of the problems I tell women when your man is the only breadwinner. If he's the only breadwinner and he's the one that know what go in the bank and what go out of the bank and he the one to pay all the bills, what do you know? How come you don't know what's going on?
True.
So he can call a play, and here's what happened. He can call a play, and because you have no investment in it, and he doesn't ask you what you mad about? It's my money. I pay all the bills in this house. Oh, I don't know why y'all would want to have that response right there. Why? Well, real men won't do it. You don't know what people will do. You don't know what people will do when
you don't know till you know, right?
You don't know what people will do, and you just think because, oh, babe, I would never say that. People get upset, or you challenge him about what he buy, or you say to him, babe, I don't think you should have got that car right now because we're dealing with X, Y, Z, and he start looking at you. So the offsides really can be a real bad place because if we a team. Now, what you did was you jumped the gun from the team. You jumped the gun from the team, and now it looks like you have not considered me as the team. What a woman hates is that a decision is made, even if it is your money. Consider me to have the conversation. Babe, I'm thinking about going to buy a Rolls Royce. What do you think? I want to get it. I know it's my money, but and she may say, babe, if we wait 6 months, you'll be able to get it with this extra money that we got coming in. That maybe I wasn't thinking. Instead of me getting mad, talking about, well, you just don't want me to spend my own money. No, she just showed you another strategy. She just called another play. Sometimes you're not the men ain't gonna like me for this. Sometimes you're not the only quarterback.
The audible got to be called sometimes.
It got to be called sometimes, sir. Sometimes you're not the only quarterback. Let her sometime call a play because she might be calling a good play.
Look, you the quarterback, she the offensive coordinator.
And she know which way to go. Let her play. And what y'all calling plays, y'all got it going on together. You're calling the plays together, but you got to know you got to know, is this a better play? Sometimes husband don't like this, but sometimes the wife got a better play.
Because what happens is you're looking at the moment. You're on your ground level and you're looking like this.
Television.
Correct.
And she's looking from a higher perspective. The defensive might have changed on the other side that you didn't notice.
Absolutely.
And so she's in your ear. Don't do that. Let's change it to this play. Let's go here. Send your running back to the left.
Yes.
Get somebody coming up on your blind side.
Yes.
So we got to be able to let them navigate sometimes.
So true.
This is good stuff.
Because we're still something that you don't see.
Sometimes she see what you don't see.
We supposed to. We supposed to. That's a part of the covering. Absolutely. And the help.
Go
on.
Go ahead. Let's keep going. I love
that's what Gregory said exactly. I'm not less of a man if my lady calls a better place sometime.
Right, we're together with one.
First of all, that makes you a leader. A real leader knows that you surround yourself with people that are good. That's why you surround yourself with them. And a real leader can step back sometime and say, you know what? Because when y'all look at the quarterback, there are so many other people that's talking in his ear. Like you said, the offensive coach is there. Then the regular coach is there. There are people sitting in different places that's calling you, that's sharing with you. And sometimes you got to be able to say, you know what, babe, I didn't even think about that. That's a better play. And And watch this. I'm gonna let you run the play. Maybe she can run the play better. Maybe she can run the business in a different perspective. Maybe she know how to see things and from that perspective. Even with Pastor Lindsay's job, even though she has not maybe in that level of management, but she's sitting back and saying, well, babe, when you go in this town, maybe you can handle things this way, lay out this thing. I'm a detailed person, so maybe you need to get a calendar in the. Let's say, like me, I don't got a calendar, so I'm like, who's supposed to work today and who's going? So you hear me in the house talking about all of this, trying to keep it in my head. You call the place and say, babe, why don't you just put a calendar in the office? You can write everybody's work schedule up there. Now you know who's supposed to be working such and such a time. I can't get mad. You don't work in there. You don't know nothing about managing the restaurant. No, she called the play. That made a whole lot of sense.
Mhm.
That helps me not be frustrated so that I'm not frustrated with the employees because she called a better play. I can't look at her and say, well, you in a call center, what would you know? No, what she knows is I'm on your team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to be frustrated as my husband. I don't want you to be trying to hold things in your mind when I just call a play to make life easier for you. And sometimes it's hard for us. I know there's going to be about 20 people that say, Clayborn, I know that's hard for you because it's hard for me sometimes, y'all. But you got to let her call it. You got to let her call a play. Let's
But
keep
you know
going.
what, Bishop? You know what, Bishop? A good example of that is a good example, I would say, was yesterday. He was so frustrated yesterday at work. He told when he got home because people weren't doing what they're supposed to do. Something the weather's getting nice. Everybody want to call out. Nobody want to work. So he was so mad at what people didn't do that was there in the night shift, the overnight shift. Didn't do what they're supposed to do. Everybody on their phones. Nobody's working. Whatever the case be. He looking at the cameras and so forth. So when he got there on yesterday, and one of his coworkers said to him, Lindsay, what's the matter? He said, I'm really mad right now. They was like, well, call your wife. He said, no, I'm not calling her. She'll talk you down. He said, no, she's not going to talk me down. She's going to tell me, do what you got to do, babe. So he already know me. Don't call me and tell me that such this, such. I'm going to tell you, did you write him up? Did you do such? And I don't even work there, but I know the routine.
Right.
I know what goes on there. So I'm like, okay, babe, did you write them up? Did so-and-so write them up on their shift? What happened? What was resolved? What was the result of what happened on yesterday with those that didn't do their work?
Sure.
So he already told me, look, I'm not going to call her because she's just going to tell me, did you write them up? Did you do this? Did you let them go? Because he already know my answer.
Just knowing you got to know who's on your team.
On your team.
Let me read these comments real quick, and then because I want to make sure that we get through the next four. We got Geneva Hicks. She says she sees the opponent from a different vantage point. Pastor Chris says every head coach has an assistant head coach.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Teamwork. Gregory says, why would I want to be with a woman who isn't wise? My lady and I help each other out, and I am blessed. Come on, say it, sir. I'm blessed because of the plays she has called.
Yes.
And see, this is teamwork right here, because right behind him, here she comes. That part right there, I am paying attention to. See what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Yes. We are so happy. Listen, I'm happy for my brother and my sister. Y'all doing it right. Okay, y'all are huddling right. Gregory says the season of a wife that is just a trophy to shine. Trophy to shine is over. Carolyn says, gotta know who's on your team. That's right. And also says the dream team. Again, you gotta have a team. We got a few more to go through. I want to get through those, and then we're gonna have our final comments. I have asked a few of our people from the men's lounge. We wanted to make sure we have a balanced conversation. So we got a little pop-in getting ready to happen too. So let's talk about teamwork. That's
teamwork. One of the things, again, is big to me. It's big. It's big in the marriage. Even in relationship to start, I need to know that you can play on this team. So before you even get married, you need to find out, can he or she play on this team? Especially the man that is finding a wife. Can you play on this team? Not the team that you played last season. See, you played with that team last season, and they had a different playbook. Everybody's playbook is different. You got to be able to read my playbook and play on this team. You cannot come over here to the Eagles and with Green Bay's team book. Because watch this, even though both are green, even both team colors are green, they have a different playbook. I need to know, can you play on this team and how we run this team and how this team goes down. And so teamwork is that. Listen, one of us is the quarterback, one of us is the wide receiver, one of us is the running back or the tight end. But that's another kind of conversation. Anyhow, so
talk about it. Come on.
One of us, we need you to be that. I need you to be that. Play center sometime, okay? I just want to stand behind you, hike the ball. Let's keep going. But anyhow,
that's next week's conversation. That's next
week's conversation. I'll be back for that. On the team, I need to know that you read the same playbook I read. Why is that important? So when we go to calling the play, I'm not looking. If I say that the play is to go out and go right, I need you to make that L play. I need you to go out and go right, but you go out and go left because you don't like to go right. Now the game is messed up because what happens is you're not playing as a team. You're not playing. And what is the thing about the team? The team got one goal, and that's the win.
Right.
Like you said earlier, nobody gets married to get the divorce. The team got one goal, and that is to win. The ultimate goal is to what? Get to the touchdown. Win championships, win playoffs, win Super Bowl. That is the ultimate goal. Now we got to dial it back and play these 4 downs. Now we got to dial it back and play these 4 downs, one at a time, because we're going down the field heading to the goal. What is the goal in your marriage? Why is it that we have both of y'all work for 2 different companies? Both of those companies has a vision statement and a mission statement. Both of those companies has a vision statement and a mission. Lady Dawn, you got nonprofit. You got a vision statement for it. You got a mission statement. How come your marriage don't have a vision statement?
Come on.
How come your marriage don't have a mission? What is the mission of this marriage besides having great sex?
This is good.
What is the mission of it? What is the goal? How are we going to win? We got to win together. I can't win this game by myself. I didn't marry myself. I marry you. I need to know that you came to play. I need to know. Watch this, Pastor Liz, I know you're gonna love this. I need to know you came to play at your top performance. I did not hire you on this team to sit on the bench. And Lady Dawn, you just talked about you're bringing your money to the table. I didn't hire you on this team for you to sit on the bench and I'm doing all the work. That's why anybody asks me, I am not marrying a traditional stay-at-home wife. I don't need no more kids. I got 5 of them. I'm good with them. I'm marrying a woman that's about her grind to say, I'm coming to the table, babe. Here's my thing. We're going to work this thing together. Even if as a man, I'm taking care of all the bills. But guess what? I'm in here and I'm playing at my top performance. I need you to play at your top performance when it comes to intimacy. I need you to play at your top performance when it comes to covering me. I need you to play at the top performance when it comes to pushing this thing. Teamwork is you playing at your top performance, me playing at my top performance because we win. If you come in here and playing halfly, or you always on the bench, or you always on the injury list, I'll give you grace for the injury list. But you can't be on the injury list all the time.
Not all the time.
Buttons, or you always got triggers, or you always upset about something. You're not playing at your top performance. I need you to play at your best performance. And how do you do that? Do you know people practice before they go play football? They practice, they stretch, they do all those things. We need to be doing all that, all of this stuff in this marriage when we're practicing. You can't be like Albert Albertson talking about, I don't like practicing. What do you mean you don't like practicing? How are we going to win? How are we going to win as a team? That means together, collectively, teach each one, teach one. Teamwork, as there is no I in teamwork. There is no I in teamwork. So don't come to this team and make me do all the work and you just benefiting and you're not doing no work. I need you to play at your top performance. That's what teamwork is.
Come on, sir. Come on. Let's talk about flag on the play. This is good stuff, y'all. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Y'all, before it's over, listen, your website is going to be lit up tonight. Okay, go get the huddle. You will never have another relationship fail ever again. Okay.
If you inbox me or text me the Lindsay's and them address, I'm going to send one from me free. I want them to have it. I think that because they're building ministry, there's a whole lot of couples that need to get this information. I think when you guys read it, I want to be a blessing to y'all. I've just enjoyed being around you guys. 19 years, almost 20 years. That says a whole lot. So I want to be a blessing and send you guys this book. Lady Dawn, send me that.
Thank you, Bishop. God bless you.
We'll surely get it to you. Okay, sis, you see what I'm saying? Okay. All right now.
Absolutely.
Flag
On the play.
play. Come on, sir.
That's what the pastor was. He was just talking about. Flag on the play is intense fellowship. There are some things you just cannot say. Flag on the play. I know I'm short, because you can't call me short while we are. You can't call me flag. Flag on the play. You can't talk about and your butt got bigger. I know women want to hear that while we argue. Wait a minute. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Don't start calling me things and saying things and doing things. Flag on the play is that walking out the door. On the phone. I'm in the car. You at home. You're on the phone and you hang up. Flag on the play. Flag on the play, because you know that's gonna get me. You know the flag on the play is the insults. Flag on the play is the not listening. Because watch this. You might not leave the room, woman of God, but you sitting there. I know you ain't listening to nothing I got to say. You sitting there.
Or they turn up the TV. Or they turn up the TV to drown you out.
And drown you out. Flag on the play. Flag on the play is, watch this. You cannot confront me and address my manhood in the public. Because now you demasculating me. You know, we can roll up the windows and be going at it. But holler at me in the public or talking to me crazy while we walking through the parking lot, flag on the play. I'll be like, all right, listen, we're not having this conversation no more right now. Because now you getting loud. That's a flag on the play.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now you're getting this between us. Why everybody in the mall got to know? Now everybody in the mall stopped and like, oh, now they know. Flag on the play. You can't call me stupid. You can't call me you're just stupid self with your dumb self. These flags on the play is insults. It's ignoring. It is attacks. It is, how you handle things. These things are so, and I said, one of the things that I'm working on, Lady Dawn, is getting a box that's going to go with this. And I'm going to have stuff in there. And we're going to have a flag in there.
Come on.
Everybody should be able to use it. Flag on the play. Wait, time out. What did we discuss? We didn't discuss that.
Right. Instead of a workbook, you're going to have a work box. That's what it is. I'm going to have
a work box. You need, or maybe like a gym bag or something. Because you need to know. Flag on the play is one of the things that
something.
That was the first chapter I actually wrote, and then wrote the rest of the book out from it. But Flag on the Play was the first chapter I actually wrote, because I know that people, you can be condescending. Here's another flag on the play. You're not insulting, but you're condescending. Or you pacifying me. All right. Don't pacify me.
Yes.
Okay. Am I right? That's a flag on the play. You pacify me. That's a flag on the play, because you know what I'm trying to say, and you just pass, or you condescending. And even though you're not saying stuff, I know exactly what you're saying. So those flags, or you bring up my triggers. What your problem is? That's probably why the guy he left you in the first place, because you was ice queen. Now wait. I told you that, I've gotten better. I told you I'm reformed. So now, let me tell you something, and I'll end this. Y'all gonna love this. Church folks, I want y'all to hold you. You're gonna clutch your pearls on this, church people. Y'all gonna clutch your pearls. Nobody makes you cuss faster than your spouse.
Yeah.
Your spouse, I don't care how saved you are. Your spouse,
they're anointed for that. Cuss. They're anointed for it.
Your spouse will make you. Your spouse will make some stuff come out of you that you would never say no other time. But your spouse know how to get up under your skin. Oh my God, they will.
They know
they will make you cuss faster or go off faster than any other person because of how much you love them. So flag on the play is an important thing. Every marriage, we deal with it, but we don't address it. You have to be able to stop. If you go this far, I asked you, Lady Dawn, did he know? Because if you go this far, I'm stopping the conversation. I'm stopping the conversation because now you're insulting me, you're condescending. I'm stopping the conversation because it's going to trigger me to another level. Like you said, now, so your new husband, you need to tell him, look, I'm a reform. I'm better, but I'm learning to know where it's like drinking. You know how far to drink. That's what it should be. I know how far I can handle. Flag on the play is you pointing in my face. Flag on the play is you jump up to me. Those are flags on the play. Those are the things that are so important. I wrote the book from this. That's why I'm so passionate about this, because that's my first chapter, and then I wrote everything away from that. But it's important that flags on the play that we talk about it.
I'm telling you, this book is so good, and I want to pause real quick. In between, we got three more to go.
Yep.
But before we finish, like I said, we got a few pop-ups happening on today because this is a great conversation. We are always talking about relationships and building and adding to. And this actually is a good lead and segue into next week's platform as well. So I want to bring up for a moment, I'm going to let him interject after we finish this. Just to get the male perspective. I like to leave it balanced. We got our married couple and we're going to have our single people up here. I wish I could have got Gregory and Zinja to come on up so we could have the whole well-rounded. That was my vision. But we're going to bring the encounter and the experience up to the platform in the person, the psalmist voice. Lord. I'm a little nervous because having Bishop Clayborne by himself is power. And we all know, y'all know him, Bravo Nation, Pastor Chris is, like I said, so we don't know how the ending of this show is going to go, but we got 3 more to go. So I'm going to bring him up, let him say good evening. And then we're going to jump back into this. Good evening, Pastor Chris. I'm glad you were able to pop in to join and share. To give us some conclusion matters. He's been here the whole time, but I wanted to make sure Bishop had his space, and I wanted to make sure, I should have went with my first mind, but we're here now. All right, so Pastor Chris, hello. Do you want to come off real quick and say hello, and then we're gonna jump back into these next 3, the last 3?
Of course, I gotta say hello. Of course, in the words of Lady Dawn B, this is the experience and the encounter. I'm your boy, the Psalmist Voice, aka Pastor Christopher Newton, and of course, I gotta greet the Bravo Nation. What's good? And of course, please like, share, subscribe. It's free 99. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. Just saying. So I wanted to give a shout out to my favorite couple over here, Pastor Lindsay and Lady in the building. What's good? And of course, I can't even introduce this man because he's got so many hats and he's everywhere doing everything. But this is my first visual encounter of this man of God. So I got to give honor where honor is due. God bless you, Bishop Claiborne in the building. God bless you with the book called The Huddle. So I am ready to get my teeth into that book too. So, of course, we can't give any more credit except we gotta give a credit to the host, Lady Dawn B, Thursday nights every week at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Well, for me, it's Central Standard Time, 7 o'clock. So, so 6 o'clock Eastern Standard. Never mind. Anyway, I'm good, so I'm ready to get it in. I've been commenting all night. Bishop Claiborne has me on the last of my shondo, so I'm hanging on by a wing and a prayer, as they say. So I'm going to hold my seat pretty tight because I'm about to bust loose, but it's not my show. So I'm going to behave. I'll try to behave.
Sir. I appreciate
it. So back to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So yes, we want to make sure we are well balanced. All right. So here we go. We got 3 more, and then we gonna have final comments, and then we're gonna wrap it up for the night because this has been good. It's a whole masterclass, and I gotta make sure that with Bishop, you coming back because we got to have a whole nother conference. I don't know. But let's talk about unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yes. Unsportsmanlike conduct is criticism that's not constructive. Unsportsmanlike conduct, one of them is criticism that's not constructive. Constructive criticism is one thing, but when you attack your spouse, that's unsportsmanlike conduct. Because again, I'm here to help you win. If I criticize you and keep beating you down, I'm not winning. I've lost some motivation. I've lost some self-esteem. This is unsportsmanlike conduct. It's criticism. It is attacking the individual. Everything that I do, you got a problem. Like you're never happy with me. You don't like what I wear. You don't like what I put on. You don't like how I talk. You know. It's amazing to me. How do we get with somebody and don't like? We want to change everything about them. But why are you over here? Why are you over here if you don't like who I am as a person? Because I like who I am as a person. But what you can beat somebody down because people think abuse is only this physical, but emotional abuse, and mental abuse. And you always criticize. Then what happens is if I'm not in the right space, I don't want to fly no more. You have clipped my wings, and I don't want to keep running. The fire is gone. I'm no longer excited about this relationship because unsportsmanlike conduct is criticism. But the other unsportsmanlike conduct is defensiveness. If you always on the defense, I can't never say nothing, about it. I should be able to say, well, Lady Dawn, I just obeyed, I love the backdrop, but I think you should do something different. I think we should add your name. We should do some stuff. And you always defensive. Well, you want to change. God gave me this idea. God gave me this vision. God gave. I'm saying, well, wait. I'm just trying to give you some ideas, And then when I say, well, babe, you I like you in colors, but when you do something dark, then it's a whole. It don't really work good with you if you just do that. Well, I like the way I went, and this is the color that I'm with. So what happens is, if you're always on the defense, it makes me never want to say nothing. And there's a lot of couples that they don't share with each other because it's always defensive, and that is unsportsmanlike conduct. One of the other unsportsmanlike conduct. The other one is stonewalling. Stonewalling me, or as what is the thing that you guys call it today? I can't think of it right here. I was when the right one come, it'll come. But stonewalling me, or it's constantly making or saying that you're not this, or you're not doing this, or you're playing in this role. You know what I mean? I know that this is what you're really doing. Gaslighting. Stonewalling and gaslighting is the same thing. Gaslighting is what they use today. Y'all, women, y'all can pick up gaslighting in a minute. You gaslighting me. You peeing on me and telling me it's raining. And that is unsportsmanlike conduct when you can't be. Thank you, Carolyn. Hey, she knew I was getting good. I could not think of what it was until it just came. But so many of the times, this is what we're dealing with. And unsportsmanlike conduct is how you act. How you act, watch this, around me, and how you act when I'm not around you. That's unsportsmanlike conduct. We're on the same team. How do you act when let's say I can't go to the Christmas party? Is my husband acting like he married? Lady Dawn posted this. I think you posted the other day that people married but acting like they single. You on social media and you playing like you single, and you acting like that. That's unsportsmanlike conduct. It's the mere fact. Or you go around my family and you acting like we're not in this thing together. You go around my family and you share a certain way. Or you acting like I ain't feed you. Man, this food is good. Who cooked this, girl? You a great cook. And I'm looking at you like, sir, how you talking about another woman's food? And you going you go.
You're doing the most, right? You're enjoying a little bit too much.
Like, girl, my goodness, and my wife could cook like this. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Yes, I burnt the toast, but eat my burnt toast. At least make me think that while you out here. Or to me, I say right now, there's a lot of great singers, but you know how I feel about you. There is nobody who sings like Lady Dawn. And I say that no matter who comes in the room. No matter who comes in the room.
Yes, you do.
I say it because I think that she has something that's so different. If I start going places and I reverence everybody else but you, or if Pastor Lindsay get up and reverence everybody in there but his wife, that is unsportsmanlike conduct.
I will not be sleeping that night.
You will
but
not.
Did you see how she gently twisted her head? Did you?
Because how is it that you celebrated everybody, but never say, I thank God for my wife? Now, a lot of people tease us and they say, why preachers always got thank God for their wife? Because we trying to go home and go to sleep. That's why we do that. Okay.
And it's wise.
We want
And it's
peace. So
wise.
yeah, that's us women like conduct. Let's roll.
All right. This is good stuff, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, y'all better go over and blow up his website tonight. Okay. This is one of many books that he has. We are 2 away from finishing. And this is just the book's overview, y'all. So if you are getting and this is rich stuff right here in the overview. So when you get into the chapter and you get with your partner, and this is something I recommend you read together. Absolutely. And walk it through, because it's meant for 2. You should not huddle alone.
You should
not huddle good. Alone. Yes, you should not huddle alone. It's not good for man to huddle alone.
That's good. You know what? Let me write that down.
Write it down. Good. It is not good. I'm
gonna post that.
Listen, go on. Go on, Bishop.
I like it. I need that. That's why you're my administrator.
You know that I'm always on my job. I'm backing you up, doing my job, sir.
Absolutely.
That's what we do. Let's talk about touchdowns. And then we got one more.
Touchdowns are so important. Pastor Chris will know this. Everybody has a touchdown dance. This is where celebrations come. She get her masters. She get her bachelors. Yeah, that's a touchdown. It's a win for us. Even though she the one that got it, it's a win for us. You got to stop looking at the team as my husband and built this business. No, we built this business, even though he's the one that's doing the work. It's a win for us. And we got to have those celebrations. We got to have those celebrations, the dance. Babe, I'm taking you out. I appreciate you. You know, the celebration. She had a baby. That's a touchdown. That she got off that table and she carried that baby now. That's a touchdown. You understand? Those things are important that we made it another year. That's a touchdown. We got to get through the touchdown, get to the championship. You got to get to the playoff. You got to get to the Super Bowl. What are those things? And you got to have those celebration dances. Everybody. If you watch football, one man gets the touchdown, but everybody jumps on it.
Everybody, yeah.
Everybody's dancing. Everybody's partying. Everybody's handing out high fives. And so what happens is that he feels absolutely amazing. Not only did he score the touchdown, but that the whole team is excited about him. And if a woman learns that about towards men, that baby, you scored this, you did this, our lights are still on another month. Our house is still running because of what you're doing another 6 months. Let me tell you something. Do y'all know, y'all never paid attention to it. Women don't want to do it. Every football game has one group of people who are always excited. And that's the cheerleaders.
I'm as
Win,
big as cheerleader.
lose, or draw. The cheerleaders is coming out with the same energy. Even if we lost the first quarter and the second quarter, halftime the cheerleaders is coming out like we the greatest team in the world. But what it did though, it motivates. It motivates. It's encouraging. Every woman and every wife needs to be her husband's cheerleader.
I'm the biggest one, biggest cheerleader.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
Listen,
you need to be your cheerleader. Like Lady Dawn, there is no way that if I was your husband, every Thursday night you get off, I'm watching it, I'm supporting you, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about what you're doing. Even if I'm not able to get on because I'm busy. You know, you tell me it was a good show, I'm excited that it was a good show. I'm excited to tell people, even if I can't be a part of it. But when I go to talking to other people, I'm saying, you know, my wife does every Thursday night. She's amazing. She's smart. That is touchdowns. That I'm always lifting you up. I'm always encouraging you. I know stuff about you. I know that next Thursday night gonna be the men's lounge because I heard you've been talking about it. I heard you've been talking about it. You've been pushing it. You've been talking about it. And so if I'm out, I'm telling people y'all need to tune in. Y'all need to get on it. Those are the things. And men should be the woman's cheerleader. That's what I'm saying about you. That same thing. I'm pushing you. I'm encouraging you, and vice versa. Even as a preacher, nobody should be standing up in that audience more than you.
Say what now?
Nobody should be standing up, clapping, and saying amen for me, my woman. She should be the first one because why? I should be one of her favorite preachers. If I'm not the favorite preacher, I should at least be one of them. I love to hear Pastor Chris get to singing. Nobody should be like, wow, like the lady in 5 Heartbeats. Your wife ought to be like, oh Lord Jesus, he's singing something about it. She falling apart. These are, yes, that part. She need to be doing all that. I don't care. I don't care what they say. Anybody come to see you, Otis? She did. She came to see me, and I make her happy. That's what touchdown's about. Celebration, celebration, celebration. We gotta always.
Are you frozen? Is he frozen? Or is it me? Okay. The Bishop, you frozen. You gonna unfreeze out. There you go.
Yeah, it's the rain from New York that came down here. I didn't hear it.
Sorry. We didn't mean to send it. But no, the touchdown is good. First of all, let me just put this disclaimer. See, I put my glasses on, Rhonda, for that one. All right. I am a firm believer in the touchdown. Okay. So let me tell you something. I will have pom-poms in every color. They will have sparkles and glitter and all type of fireworks popping out of them. Ladies, you best to find your team jersey, get your little pom-pom skirt wherever. Let him be preaching. I will be the towel that wipes the sweat from his head. Okay, it will not hit his eyebrow. Don't play with me. All right, you need your book open, sir. What chapter do you like? We used to do that back in the day. Read. Okay, I'm gonna be the reader. You know what I'm saying? You don't need no adjutant. I got that. I will carry your Bible and your suit. Don't worry about it. No, I got this. This is a God. This is a Dawn job. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Right. He's all right. He's all right. I'll be the chauffeur. Okay. Because we have to. You're right. Right, exactly. All that. You ain't got to worry about it, sir. Preach the word. That's all you got to do.
It will boost self-esteem. It will increase motivation. It will strengthen the relationship. When you have those little small celebrations, those little small gestures, you know, even though lady you home, so he can't send up to work, but if he brought something home, watch this. Yeah. I don't care if it's your favorite candy bar. I was in the gas station, and I know you like M&Ms. What? That means you cared about me. And I know today might have been, you made it through all week. And I know the day might have been a hard day, or you made it through all week. Those little small gestures, you know what I mean? You don't really like the I almost felt like Pastor Chris for a minute. I was good because last week I heard him. He be saying anything. I was like, yeah, that's the guy I like that. Even if you don't like this panty set, but you know that this is the set that turned him on, that's touchdown. That is a touchdown for him. I always tell first ladies when I do the first lady meeting, I say, get dressed in front of your husband.
Yes.
The whole time he up there preaching, he gonna be going, good God Almighty. Look at that. He gonna be get dressed the whole time. He gonna play that picture of how amazing
he gonna hurry through the word.
You put your leg up on that stool and lotion your leg. His whole mind is messed up the rest of the day. Y'all got to know how to win. See, that's what they look at Pastor Grant. You got to know how to win. Y'all get dressed in the bathroom. Y'all get dressed in the closet. I'm telling you, if you listen to me, I'm gonna tell you how to win. Do those little things. Layer. Every man love a woman that know how to layer. Layer is shower gel, matches lotion, matches perfume.
Come on now. Come on, Bishop. Come on.
You talking right.
Layered.
Yes.
I told them that one time on the men's show. They're like, what is layering? What? Shower gel go against lotion, then lotion go against perfume.
Yes.
Layering.
Yes. There's no other way to and it better be the same. Don't use one shower gel and different lotion and another spray. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Bath and Body Works. Yes.
Even if you don't keep them on, every man want to see that leg, that calf, and that ankle go down into a heel. It's something about your leg go into a shoe, into a heel that just go. Wow, even if you don't keep them on, we just like to know that they did it. We just like to. I think Pastor Chris gonna put that spirit up here. I ain't been talking like that the whole night. Because last week he was on fire last week. So I think we want to see that. Those are the things around. You talked about the jersey. Put on. I wish my old members was here because they would laugh. I teach bacon and heels. You want to talk about the jersey? Put the jersey on with some heels and watch how that game goes. Watch how that game is over. That game changes. There's a
right. Who mad? Right. Ain't nobody mad. Ain't neither one of us mad.
Ain't nobody mad.
Ain't nobody mad. We never even had an argument.
Right.
Right. Never even happened.
Touchdown.
Right.
There's such a thing as me and my girls. I'm okay. we do say, at a certain point, we can't, we don't wear the. I'm trying to be as nice as I can. We don't always wear the heels like we used to wear,
Sure.
But it don't mean that we don't have them, and it
Right.
don't mean that we don't keep them, and it don't mean that we don't use them. So
Right.
just as a side note, ladies, even if you're no longer walking in them, there's such a thing as called bedroom shoes.
You can stand in them.
But I'm trying to help the ladies, to help the men. I'm just trying. Listen, you don't want her to stand in them. That's it. They're for the bedroom. They're not slippers. She'll need to stand.
I'm with you.
Okay. I'm just saying. There's such a thing. You gotta figure out how to figure it out. You gotta work it out. I'm just saying. Since we went there, okay, but touchdown. We all winning. We all winning together.
If I may, real quick,
Yes, sir, please.
The shoes has an anointing, so you can be high and lifted up, men, when the woman of God in your life wears the special shoe that has been anointed and appointed for your assignment. I'm done.
Come on, sir.
Important. It's so important. Because remember, the title is "What Happened to the Happy Ever After." Happy endings will get you to happy ever after.
Come on, Bishop.
Okay?
Matter of fact, you know what? I got to drop Bishop off of that. Come on, Michael.
Happy endings will get you to happy ever afters. I promise you that. And here is why I say this. We both have to be intentional. We have to be intentional. I have to be intentional about intimacy. I know this is going to be a part of y'all next week. I have to be intentional about intimacy with you. You have to be intentional about intimacy. We have to be intentional about how we address each other, how we turn each other on. That should be an intentional thing. Like I'm big about me smelling good. Like especially certain things that you say, babe, I love you in that. Oh, I'm putting that on. I love you. Like, I told people I will never go back to hair. Because the women that I have dated and was married to, they like it bald head. His hair. Whoa. Okay, when I hear those kind of things right there, that is the things that become important. Is that how are we keeping this fire burning? Those are the questions that we got to ask. And again, let's not be so stoic about sex. Y'all need to have the conversation. What you like, these are touchdowns. What you like, what you don't like, what you want more of. We need to have the conversation. You hit that hip thing that do that again. Do that. We need to have those conversations. We need to have those conversations of what you like and women are now coming into themselves. They know what they want. They know what they like. We need to talk about it. Why? Because we're trying to win. We're trying to get to top touchdowns. We're not just trying to sit there and lay on the beach and you just hear. No. I need you to be doing more than that. I need you to work out today because tonight gonna be on. Girl, I need you to you need to be on the phone telling your girl, I'll get my stretches in because he acted up tonight and I already know where it's going to be. I'm just right. I need you to be working out. I need you to be stretching. I need you to get the neck crack because it's about to be on. It is about to be on. People need to go back to having amazing sex. Marriages is the reason why there's no happy ever after is because they're not enjoying each other. They're not enjoying each other. And single or send the kids out, then we need to try some exciting things. We don't need to be in the bedroom all the time. I'll meet you in the living room. I need to be in front of the fireplace. I need to try something different. I need to pick with you at the kitchen table. I need you to be like, I need to see you nervous because I'm about to come by you over at the kitchen. And Here come the kid. And that nervous is, yeah, I'm like that. That nervous is exciting. That nervous is exciting. You don't want me to hug you. You don't want me to pull you close. You don't want me to hump on you and stuff. You like, somebody going to see this. That's yes. But you know what? All that's excitement.
Amen.
All that's funny.
Amen.
20 years later, look what she did. She said, my husband is still like this. That is what I want. 20 years later, you still trying to get something. You still embarrass me. I come out the pulpit. I'm gonna be in the office like, yo, you want to do? I want to hear you say, no, you're nasty self. Listen, we married. This is my office. This is my office. I just need to know. Can we have fellowship service?
Can we talk about it? Right? Can we talk? Can we pray?
Now that the service is over, can
we gather at the river? The beautiful river. Oh, see, okay. Make me nervous now. Don't make
you nervous. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like I'm about to pull over here in this park. And you be like, no. Because that energy, even if it don't happen, the fact that I got you on adrenaline running and we got that energy to it. Oh, you as a wife, here I thinking ain't nothing going on. And she happened to get a lunch break and show up at that. Let her show up at his job. Let her show up at Pastor Lindsay's job. Like, let me see you for lunch. Let me see you. Let her show up, Pastor Lindsay. His whole mind is like,
touchdown.
That's touchdown. His whole mind gonna be like, why you here? Because I needs to talk to you. I needs to see a man about
a dog.
About a dog.
Well, my daddy used to say, went to see a man about a horse.
About a horse. And but those little things, or ladies, send your husband one of those pictures.
Yes.
And write on it. Don't open it. Don't open it in front of people. He need to be like this. Oh Lord.
Right. Make him swerve off the
road.
Make him swerve on you.
It's those things. It's those things that says touch down. And lady don't touch down. Send her one of them bitches. Touchdown, brother. And you send him one of those pictures. Yeah, I'm telling you, he will be like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Ain't no flag on that play. Ain't no flag on that play.
So we just going off sides. We just go all the way off the side.
It's important. And I teach that.
Oh my God. I so love it. I promise you I love everything about this night. I do. Oh, yes. Then just said Lady Night with Lady Dawn B. That's right. Listen. I told y'all we have real conversation with real resolutions here on this platform. I keep it 1000%. I didn't come to play with it. All right. I think after 8:30 is gonna have to start putting on the disclaimers for mature audiences. Oh,
yes, that's what you need to put. That's what you need to put on there.
I'm gonna start having to listen, but it's real and this is good and it's necessary. It's absolute because these are the things that we don't talk about. Exactly, we talk about what happened to happily ever after. What is happening? Why are we not? And we don't have to be frustrated. We don't have to be upset. We don't have to be. I mean, I understood when I got married, or when you get married, my mindset is this: you the only person I'm supposed to be with, and the last person I'm gonna be with. So all bets are off. As long as we're comfortable. And I think and my mindset wasn't always that way. But we had to learn how to get to a place of freedom in your marriage and stop feeling like God is so disappointed or frustrated or angry or you going to hell because you are enjoying your partner and your spouse. No, that's a part of it. It's not all of it, but that is a big part of connecting with your mate. It is not the connection. It is an expression of the connection. It is one of the ways that I'm saying I love you by giving you me and by taking you.
Absolutely.
And it's just us, But we
but it will affect.
This is so good.
If you pull that part away, You'll affect your marriage more than you know. If you
So
pull
true.
that part away too long, your marriage will be affected, because the intimacy it's so important that the Bible said that it was undefiled. The Bible said the marriage was honorable and the bed was undefiled. So obviously intimacy was extremely important. And to me, you see, and intimacy and sex creates a conversation that sometimes we don't even have to talk about. It's a bringing together. It's the help for the oneness, and that we still enjoy one another. Again, sometimes, like I said, it may not be every day, but we want to know. We want to know. 20 years later, she still laughs. She knows her husband is still just fresh. That's that right there. That's gold for me. That's gold for me. To be in. I said this on Sunday when I was preaching. To be in a relationship 20 years. Like I have never experienced that, but I want to. I want to be able to say I've done 20 years. I've done 25. I want to be able to say she still drives me crazy. Like that's a goal for me to be able. My uncle and them, I'm getting ready to do an interview with them. They've been married 50 years. Like those are amazing goals. How did you get there? How did you still find him still attractive? He's still amazing. She's still wonderful. Those are the things, how we get to the happy ever after. You don't even have to ask the last one, because the last one really it's a sum up of the X's and the O's. And the X's and the O's, if you remember when we were growing up, in every card you always put the X's and the O's. It meant I love you. And the X's and the O's is the being able to X out things, but the O is the complete circle. It is the complete circle, and you got to have both. You got to be able to X out some things in your marriage, some things that are not important. We put an X on it. We exit out. We exit out. That's that. We're not doing this here. We're not having those kind of challenges here. But then the O is, what is the completeness? What is the wholeness? That's the ones. The O is the one thing there's never an opening, and that's what our relationship should be. Our relationship should X out some things and have a total completeness. It's me and you. It's us against the world. That's what we got to be able to say. It's you and I. There is nobody coming in here, and there's nobody leaving out of here. And so that's why I wrote that last chapter, to be able to say we are the completeness. That's why you took on my name, because you and I are a whole. We X out things that we don't need, and we connect and be whole in everything that we know. Whole in our communication, whole in our intimacy, whole in our sex, whole in our conversation about money, wholeness, and that's what we want to be. I always say that people who Jesus touched, he healed, but people who touched Jesus were made whole.
That's good.
And he always asked that question: do you want to be made whole? What is wholeness? That was never a break. You want when there's not a wholeness, that's how divorce get in there. That's how separation get in there, because something that's broken. But when the marriage is really in its whole state, there is nothing that can come through there. The Bible said, whom I join together, no man can put asunder. So let's get the X's and O's together. X out the stuff that needs to be X'd out, and keep the stuff that needs to be kept. That would be the end of that. So that's the book.
This has been absolutely insanely incredible tonight. Y'all give it up for Bishop Claiborne on tonight. I told you, give it up for Team Jones, our love, marriage, and ministry experts. They are the heads of the squad. I'm telling you, we have a few other marriage couples that is a part of Thursday night team, as I call them. I love, everyone that takes part. Pastor Chris, he helps me to co-anchor the men's lounge, because eventually, I'm the only estrogen on with them, but eventually I kind of want to fade to the back and just let the men run and do what they do. But tonight has been amazing. This conversation has been so blessed, informative. I love it when it goes left and it stays left. So we keep it left so we can get right. What happened to happily ever after? Well, now you know what happened to it, people. And I want to encourage you. And this was just the overview. That's all we went through right there was the overview. Okay. That's not even the book. All right. So if you enjoyed these little tidbits of nuggets that you got in the overview, run over, don't walk. That's right. And I'm gonna rename it Late Night with Lady Dawn B. I'm gonna change it at 8:30, whatever night we talking. But it is in the comment section, www.michealclaiborne.com. Go over to his website, pick up your copy of The Huddle. All right, is building a winning marriage game plan. Whether you're married, divorced, single, in a relationship, whatever it is, go get it. It's only going to bless you and make you better and better, so that we're better for ourselves, so we are better for each other. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, for hanging out. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed this conversation. Continue to share this platform, continue to share this particular program. Like, subscribe, and share. Help us build this network. We are trying to provide, again, real conversation. I'm not afraid to have it. This is what we're here to do. We're going to keep it 1,000 always. So I want to make sure to leave space for our guests, to have their final words. I'm going to come back at the end, but I want Bishop Claiborne to give his final comments if he has anything else that he wants to add pertaining to this, and tell us how people can reach you besides your website. What's going on with you, what's happening. And then I want Pastor Lindsay and Lady Rhonda to come and give their final comments. And then we're going to have the experience and the encounter, because I know he's been boiling over on tonight. Come in and share. I think you muted, Bishop. Hold on.
I appreciate you so much, Lady Dawn. I could not say no. You have been, of course, a friend down through the years before we started working together, and you are an amazing help to me again in the life from the LIFE, living in fullness every day. We are there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Command Your Morning, Clubhouse, and Facebook Live. We doing both, and I'm grateful. It's our prayer room, but I promise you, God really speaks and moves. And we've been going almost 2 years now. It's getting ready to be coming up on 2 years, and it's been growing strong. We have a lot of people that come in. People are blessed from all over. We have people come as far as Africa. People come from all over. Folks, and we're at 6:30. You got folks up in California at 3:30, and they rocking with us. So we're grateful. So you definitely can catch us there. I'm on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, or X as they call it. So I'm on all social media platforms. Of course, my website gives you everything where you can find me out. I've been in a movie, like really in one, and I was an extra. And the second movie that was called Crossover on Tubi. Tubi. I'm on Crossover. I was in a movie then, and get ready to be part of the third installment of that movie. Of course, my books, you guys got to get it. It's my bestseller, Her Lap, His Safe Place. This book right here, this started it all. Every wife, every woman, man, you want to learn how to create a safe place. Lady Lois, I do a spin on Delilah that people ain't never heard before. As a matter of fact, on yesterday, they were saying some stuff. I'm like, y'all lying. No, that's not what the Bible never called that woman a whore ever. But y'all made her that because it never says that. But I talk about how, before we get to the haircut, I talk about how safe her lap was. And it had to be safe. What would make a man know his enemies is about to kill him and he falls to sleep? How safe is your lap? Safe enough to catch all of my tears, but strong enough to keep all of my secrets?
Come on, sir.
If it's safe enough and soft enough to catch all of my tears, but strong enough to keep my secret. And the only reason that he get a haircut is you'll love this, Pastor Chris. She mismanaged the secret. You asked me for the secret, and you mismanaged the secret. So for a man, if you tell your mama, if you tell your friends, if you bring it up, that's a haircut. You mismanaged the secret. This book right here, people are still buying it. Every month I'm looking around, it's still money coming. People, this book changed their lives. Women have been married 20 years, 30 years, picked this book up and never realized that their lap was not safe. One thing about men, we're not as forgiving as y'all. So if you mess up with us once, we will never tell you again. But if we leave you, then you made it bad for the next woman, because we ain't never going to tell her either. And that's what. But every man wants to know. And one of the chapters you'll love, I'm not always Superman. Can you handle when I'm Clark Kent? Can you handle when I'm Clark Kent? When I'm just me, I'm just common, I'm just normal. Most women know a man's dreams, his goals, and his aspiration, but you don't know his fears, his failures, his hurts, and his pain because you never asked him that. So pick up that book and all the other books. The Huddle is my newest one. It is fire. I mean, people are buying it like flapjacks. I love it because it's and Lady Dawn will tell you, it's an easy read.
It's great.
An easy read. It's not a lot, but it's a lot of information in this small book that if you use it, it definitely will help you. Of course, my clothing line, I didn't throw none of it on today, but I have my own clothing line called I Am Life. I'm not just doing life, I am life. When you know that you are life, I'm living my full life every day. So you guys just go there, still preaching, still traveling. I've been God's prophet for over 36 years, traveling around the world. So the Lord has been kind to me, along with some other little good things and businesses that are going on. But I'm grateful that Lady Dawn. And then on Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the afternoon, Pastor Chris, now I need to get him on that show. You want to go somewhere where it's toxic? Meet me in the afternoon on When the Right One Come. I might need to bring
Yeah, man,
brother. You'll really be able to let your chops out on that stage, because we really, it's open.
it will never be the same.
You'll never be the same. It's about relationships. We have some great mods. Bishop Greg Davis is the curator. Everybody knows who that is. But man, we could use somebody like you on there and just come up, and we talk real talk. We are not a monolithic. We don't agree. They don't agree with a lot of stuff when it comes to me. They don't agree with me, but Lady Dawn will tell you I hold my own. I don't care what they say. I hold my own. But it's great conversation. If y'all looking for something in the afternoon, you're home and you got some moment, When the Right One Come on Clubhouse, 3:00 in the afternoon. Bishop Greg Davis and myself and some other great mods. Lady Dawn them being there, they be cracking up in that chat because we should say some of the craziest things
I love it.
ever wanted. I think he would fit in real good with Corey and Josh.
Oh yes.
He would find his village. He would find his village.
Oh.
So I'm gonna invite you, man, when you get a chance, download that app, man, and come be my friend, my guest. I definitely want to, I think your take on a lot of things is great. I've listened to you on some other stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I listen to you on Thursday nights, and I really think you would have some fun to be on that stage. And we just don't agree with a whole lot of stuff, but then we agree with it because we're always helping people. And a lot of relationships got help on When the Right One Come. What do you do when the right one come? Are you gonna be ready? Are you gonna be prepared? I can't wait to see it. Thank you, Lady Dawn.
Absolutely. It's all good, all love, always. That's my guy. That's my friend and my brother. Come on, Team Jones. Give us your final comments in 2 minutes. And tell us your feelings on tonight.
Well, thank you for having us on again. But tonight was a tremendous blessing to be a part of. Bishop Claiborne, you are awesome. I can't wait to read the book. We were just talking about it. We're going to read it together. And there's a couple of people that I'm counseling right now. Huh?
I can't read when you read it because I read faster than you.
Oh, she does read faster than me, so yeah. But we're going to read it together. She'll read her part and I'll do mine. And I will definitely pass this on because I think a lot of times we do need that help with relationships. And we can't do it by ourselves. And it takes a village to raise a family. So I am so proud to be a part of this marriage ministry, love marriage ministry platform. And I am so happy that Lady Dawn has put us onto it. I'm meeting some great people. Pastor Chris, you know how I feel about you, my man. You know how we get down. I love you. Thank you, Lady Dawn. Thank you, Sheila E, for having us on. Again, like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all soon.
Always. It's all love, Team Jones. I mean, another amazing people who I've known for years that went from friends to family. God always deposits the right people in your life at the right time. And I'm glad that I was obedient. When he says something and he gives me people, I know that it's right. It's not always about being popular, but it's about being authentic because we connect to so many popular people who lead us wrong that the authentic people who are truth get overlooked. But it's time for the voices to be heard. So I'm grateful for the platform and I'm grateful for you guys always saying yes. And I look forward to what God is going to do and is doing through y'all and each and every one of you. Real pastors, real ministry, doing their thing. Go ahead.
I got one more thing to say. Mm-hmm. For ladies, if you know how to bake, that's another good thing to get them because he'll come in this house and smell that homemade pound cake. there goes that smile. That's all I'm saying.
We're not allowed to talk about pound cake on this platform until one is at my door again. It's been about 19 years now. I'm feeling neglected. But we're gonna talk about that during our sister chat. I'm just saying she's a baker, y'all. She is a baker. She bakes homemade cakes. Amazing. She ships them. I promise you, when they get to you, it's just like as if she took it out of the oven and you met her at the front door. I promise you. So if you don't know, find her on Facebook. She's Rhonda Jones. Please, y'all, when she puts the call out, I promise to support her. I promise you, you will not regret it. I'm waiting for a strawberry one.
You would not be disappointed.
What?
The 7-Up pound cake.
You're not allowed to talk about it, Pastor Lindsay, because I remember the picture that she put up. But we ain't gonna talk about your piece. We ain't gonna talk about it. But that's 19 years of work. That's 19 years worth of work. So, thank you guys so much. Now I'm going to move down to I have dubbed him the encounter and the experience. Oh, this guy, Pastor Chris is he's amazing. He is great with the word. Just loves God and keeps it as real as it can possibly be. So I want to thank you for, agreeing to come on towards the latter part of the show and to add a bit more of the male perspective for balance. So I only space you to give your final comments, and then we're going to wrap up.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I appreciate you allowing me to come on. It's been great conversation. Finally get to have a face-to-face with Bishop Claiborne. So I've been hearing about this man of God, but just to be on the same stage with you has been a complete honor. And I will take you up on your offer as far as going in that room, schedule permitting. But again, I'm truly thankful because I like what he said, and I'm gonna bring this point Bishop Claiborne said about unsportsmanlike conduct. Now, both male and female, we have a tendency of throwing flags on the play in relationships, right? We tend to try to find weaknesses and spaces where we can debilitate each other, not only as men, also as women. We tend to use the verbal conflict or the verbal war to destroy each other. And this is why we have issues becoming one flesh, because a lot of us do have holes coming into the relationship. But you got to be able to lay on your woman's lap. There you go. And you got to have that safety and freedom, even with the woman. She got to be able to come to her boo and cry on his shoulder. Whether you got small shoulders, broad shoulders, whatever shoulders you got, she got to be able to just come to you and she don't have to say a word.
Watch it with the shoulders now.
Just hold me. I just need you to just hold me. That's all it takes. But we've gotten so complicated with all these principles and metaphors and all this stuff that makes love so complex that we can't have 20 years of marriage anymore, because we're so busy chasing after the dollar and the dream instead of chasing after the love, not the dream, but the reality. See, we got so caught up in all these isms and schisms that we forgot that we're powerful as one flesh. I can have a talent or a gift to be a millionaire on one side, but you can be the administrator, the one that lays it down, that makes me look good, and I can't do it without you. But see, we got a power complex. So I'm going to close all that. I wanted to say all this before, but of course I didn't. You guys were going on, and Bishop Claiborne had me hamming all at home, and I had to get on here. But I'm going to try to throw it in with my last minute and a half. So we basically don't have to commit unsportsmanlike conduct, because a lot of times, especially in not all, but some in our community, we like to go viral. What do I mean? We like to go viral on World Star. We showing out. Even some of us in the church, we on World Star showing out, acting straight nuts over something that could have been dealt with in the huddle. See how I put that together? See, we don't want to learn the concept of the basic concept of the huddle, because we too busy think that we know it all. So if we stop thinking we know it all in a relationship. I don't know nothing. I'm dumb as a blind. That's just me. I may have knowledge. I may be able to articulate things and all this stuff, but I have no clue. Boo, what can you do to guide me? Or what do you have to say about that? It's okay to come down sometimes. It's okay. You don't have to be caught up on your ego trip and all this stuff. That's what a help meet is for. Mm-hmm. Why are you always throwing the plays all the time? You running yourself down to the ground. But anyway, let me stop. All right. So pretty much the Joneses, of course, you know, I love y'all. Much love to y'all. Of course, Bishop Claiborne. God bless you, sir, as well. And also, we can't have an effective huddle without having an effective game plan. So if you're not going to have a game plan in your relationship, if you're not going to get over Tyrone and Shaquita, if you're going to keep bringing your baggage in the relationships that you're in, one relationship, another relationship, it will never work. Why? Because you ain't dealt with your stuff. Because love never fails. It doesn't. We make it fail. Love is complete. Love is what makes us whole. And of course, in the believers community, love is the greatest thing that I want. The greatest of all of these things that we could possess is love. I'm your boy, the Psalmist Voice, a.k.a. Pastor Christopher Newton, and I just dropped the mic. I'm done. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Chris. Well said. You wrapped it up well, put it together well with the bow on it. Everyone has had amazing shares on tonight. This has been the longest podcast yet that we have had, but I love it. I'm here for it. I thank you all for hanging out with us on tonight. Again, you never know what you're going to get on Thursday night with me, your girl, Lady Dawn B. But one thing guaranteed, we're always going to have real conversation and real resolutions. We want to make sure you pick up every bit of the gems that have been dropped. Grab what pertains to you and run with it. So as always, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you, Team Jones. Thank you to my special guest, Bishop Claiborne, my friend, my brother, my prophetic boss. You will definitely be back up in this space. That's right. He's my prophetic boss. That's why I work over there. Join us over in the life room. Become a commander. Listen, look him up, friend him, be a part of the Commander Nation. Just support whatever he is doing, along with Pastor Lindsay and Lady Rhonda, and along with Pastor Chris, aka the Psalmist Voice. These are amazing people who are doing amazing things. So let us help to support them in every way we can. I appreciate you all lending yourselves to this platform, sharing your life experiences so that others can learn, because that's how we build. This is a part of discipling. Disciples making disciples. Is a part of us helping people to grow in and out of the church space. So I want to invite you all to join. This was a great segue. Invite you all to join us again next Thursday night. It is going down. Okay. I'm letting y'all know I'm choosing violence early. I will be starting fresh tomorrow. Shots will be fired. It will be the ladies' room versus the men's lounge next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're talking about sex versus intimacy. Do you know the difference, and do you know which one you want? All right, we keep it real here. I'm telling you, tune in, get your snack, get your beverage, invite a friend, come on in, let's chat. And then the last Thursday of this month, we are having our open mic night. I have some amazing poets coming on. I'm going to be sharing some poetry from my last book. We're going to be having Deborah Price, who is a singer, and Michelle Roach, who wrote a poem, and the two of them collaborated. It's just going to be amazing. We have some young poets coming in, coming to share their stuff. So just come on, hang out, chill with us, have a good time. So again, I want to thank you all for joining on tonight. I'm going to ask the crew if you can hang out. And everybody have a good night. That's right. Go business. Go business. That's how we do it.
So lethal, make Shane Black want to write a sequel, because I
Go,
stole my
Lady
dreams till
Rhonda.
it's seen as illegal. And I still probably will, because I can never give up. I got my goals calling me, how could I never pick up? Either we make up or just break up, and the snake hits get the rake up. Yeah, selfish, I'ma cake up if I don't shake me to wake up. Let my depression catapult me to succession. Shine a light on my imperfections.